greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highland soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highland's Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
USC football is more than a game. It's tradition, pride, and unforgettable Saturdays in the Coliseum. Be there for every kickoff, every touchdown, and every unforgettable moment this season. Secure your football season tickets today and lock in the best seats, exclusive fan benefits, and memories that last a lifetime. Don't miss out. We need you in the stands. Visit USCTrojans.com or call 213-740-GO-SC.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
It is Travis Rogers. It is DeMarco Farr. The Travis and DeMarco Show is on for your Thursday. Here we go, the Thursday, June 26th edition. It's a Ticket Thursday. We got your chance to win, and it's NBA Draft Day number 2. Lakers on the board tonight. But let's talk about yesterday's show. And you know, we're giving away boxing tickets to see Julio Cesar Chavez and Jake Paul. I think Travis wanted to knock out DeMarco yesterday in the show.
You know, come on. This is... Blame Austin Reaves.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
This is... I'm just going to assume you're making stuff up as you're going along, because this what you're saying is making no sense at all.
No, I'm just saying. I'm going to
talk to the corner of the room over there.
It's not they were horrible. Yeah.
We'll see if DeMarco brings his A game today, shall we? Don't hit me, DeMarco. Anyway, the Travis and DeMarco Show, your Thursday, right now.
Yeah!
I am not going to
You know what's funny?
I just want the threat of it out there.
I was kind of thinking about that yesterday.
What?
When you were trying to argue on behalf of the Rockies maybe winning a baseball game.
I was not arguing on behalf of the Rockies winning a baseball game.
You were a little bit. You kept asking me. You weren't worried.
They were scrappy.
Yes.
Okay, answer me this.
Yeah.
Who does a win mean more to now? Them or the Dodgers? Them. They stink. Every win is awesome.
Yeah, well,
and if they have a chance to beat you, they're going to play scrappy. That's all I was saying.
I believe what you were saying is you asked me if I was worried when the Dodgers fell behind 2-0 in the third inning.
And I thought that was sports arrogance.
And it was not, because they won comfortably. I thought for sure yesterday, DeMarco,
yes,
the Rockies would get ahead like 1-0 at some point, and my phone was going to blow up, because you're like, are you worried yet?
All I'm saying is it's customary of sport, like jumping over the net when you win in tennis. Mm-hmm. If you fall behind, you should feel a little bit worried. You don't have to stay there. It's probably not going to remain, but in honor of fairness, if a bad team takes the lead, you should respond by feeling nervous.
They're going to lose 131 games now since they lost again yesterday.
I know. We've established that. You were not talking about the Dodgers. You were talking about them, and that's valid.
Yes. They're not good. They dropped pop-ups last night. By the way,
wow,
they got a little bit screwed on that. They missed.
When do you call it?
Before that. It was raining hard.
Remember the movie The Fan?
Sure.
Okay, one of my favorites. People hate it, especially the baseball version, because it was raining too hard. They would have called the game.
Yes.
Okay, so that is what happened yesterday. It's one strike in the good column. See, they do go on too long sometimes.
It was one of those, like even Muncy said, what we're talking about is Max Muncy hit a pop-up with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning that should have ended the inning. Instead, it dropped, 2 runs come in and kind of popped the game open.
Yeah.
The Rockies, their first baseman, Tolia, is not he's not going to win a Gold Glove. Let's put it that way. He is not a defensive expert. He made 3 errors the night before, only got charged with 1, but made 3 mistakes. Made another mistake last night. That one last night, if I'm going to defend a terrible team and a terrible play, that's one that was far more because it was pouring. Anybody that has ever
They
had
both
to
missed it.
Yeah. Well, the second
I thought
baseman,
the one guy called it and then lost it.
he did that. That was the thing that was so crazy to me. Like the second baseman's under it, he's kind of waving his arms, like I got it.
Yeah.
But Tolia at first base, he's not even looking at the ball.
So there's no hard and fast rule on when. It's up to the ump.
As far as calling the game?
To call the game.
Yeah, when they feel it's unsafe, it's unplayable.
That's the first time I've seen that. I've never seen rain affect a guy not to that extent. Where you just completely missed it.
It was really, really, and it nearly hit him on top of the head.
Crazy.
It nearly landed on top of him. But anybody that's ever tried to catch a baseball in heavy rain, like a high fly ball, it's first of all, you're looking, the water's hitting you in the face, it's hitting you in the eyes. Some of those raindrops are coming down, kind of look like baseballs.
Yeah.
And
do it in the shower tonight with the rubber ducky.
If you've ever been to Denver, and I know you have, Denver gets weird, fat, heavy raindrops. Like you could see it on TV. Those weren't this wasn't California misty rain. This is Rocky Mountain heavy, fat rain. I wouldn't want to be
under a hard object when I lose vision for even a half second.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that would be crazy. Especially, imagine the pressure, and then you lose it.
And scary as you know what.
Of course it is.
I had it, and now I don't have it. Although Tolia should probably at least be looking up into the sky trying to find it and not down at his shoe tops hoping that it doesn't hit him in the head. That was an interesting
wait a minute.
choice.
Since we're talking about the Dodgers and we're trying to, there's only one Conforto.
Yeah, it was good.
There you go. See? He can play his way out of this with the light bat and the good stance and the kick now. Come on, baby.
The kick?
He's got a little kick. Little kick when he's swinging. Yeah, got a little kick now. That's what I'm saying. He's feeling it.
He's only 50 points below league average when it comes to
Let's see what happens
slug.
in a month. Let's see what happens in a month. You may change your mind.
Where do you think he'll be on vacation
I
in a
don't
month?
know. Leave the door open. See, there you go again.
He'll be in Hawaii, the Bahamas.
Sports arrogance. Leave
Banff.
the door open. You can close it, just don't lock it.
Where do you go? Like when you get cut in the middle of the season, where's the first destination?
What if he goes yard again?
Then it'll count as a Rockies home run. No, look, I'm pimping you a little bit.
Wow, that's mean.
I want him to get hot. I really
Me
do.
too.
Because
It's
if
good for
he
us.
gets hot, it helps the team. If he gets hot, it makes the lineup deeper. And I mentioned this on Locked on Dodgers, so if you haven't had a chance to see this, you should probably go check this out. What we got to check, the vibes that I mentioned yesterday, if he gets hot in Colorado, great.
Good
Great.
slump buster.
Who cares if the Rockies stink? Who cares if the air is thin and all the... I hit 2 home runs. I scored. I drove in a bunch of runs.
Seems legit. It doesn't seem like it's just baseball writing itself. It seems like he's figured something out.
We'll find out. It's 2 games. It's 2 games in a long season. But it's trending in the right direction. But if he goes into Kansas City and has a more typical weekend, then it's like, okay, we're right back where we started.
The eyebrow is up, I believe. We'll see what happens. It's critical. Dave said critical. He did not say fatal. So there is an opportunity.
Critical is not good.
That's not good. Decision already made.
How's the patient? Critical.
Ooh. But Chris is here. There you go.
Hey, yeah.
Come on, Conforto.
Maybe he's got a Morales-style miracle in
What'd
him.
you think of Yama?
Terrific.
He could pitch up there.
Nobody can pitch up there.
He could. He did pretty good.
No, he had a good night. Nobody can pitch up there.
If you had to, I think he could survive and be an all-star there.
Oh, stop.
No?
Oh,
no?
Take me through the list. The Colorado Rockies have been in existence
0.
35 years.
I'm
Tell me
trying
the
to
good
give
pitchers they've had.
He had
a good day.
I'm trying to give dude props.
Yeah, but no, you can have a good day, and it doesn't mean that the thing is the thing every time.
Well, in a series and in a park where it seems like everybody's getting hits, even the bad team, he did pretty good.
He did great.
So I'm thinking maybe you could pitch there.
No.
If that was your...
Just stop after the first thing.
If you pitch for the Rockies, maybe you would still be that guy.
If you pitch for the Rockies, your career will be short and crappy.
He looked good last night.
He looked great last night.
Yes.
Kershaw today, so we could spend a little time talking about
He's
that.
He's going to get 300.
3,000?
3,000,
You think he'll get it today? I don't. I think it'll be the next one. I think it'll be, so if today's Thursday, he'll pitch it, so maybe Wednesday of next week.
I'll be happy for him.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, he must be the best teammate ever.
I think he's a very good teammate.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be. You can tell.
He's been here, what is this, 17,
Can
18
he manage?
years?
You think Kershaw can manage? Is he smart enough to manage?
1,000% yes.
Yeah?
Here's the rub with that. That's an interesting question. Pitchers typically make bad managers.
I'm trying to think of one. I have a manager that was a pitcher
they're typically not as successful as position
You got one in
players.
your head? A former pitcher?
Bud Black was a former pitcher.
Okay,
he
Bud
lasted
Black.
a long time.
He was
but
okay.
You know who's usually pretty good at it?
Catchers.
Catchers and utility players.
Yeah.
Because they have to see the game from every position.
Boone.
Pitchers see the game from one spot on the mound. That's it. They don't understand. I don't want to say don't understand, but they've never experienced the other parts of the game the way that Dave Roberts kind of played all over the outfield. He was a pinch hitter. Dave Roberts saw the game from every single angle.
Yeah.
So
it's why goalies are good managers in soccer, because they also see they are coaching on the field and see the entire field in front of them.
That's how I judge head coaches, by the way.
How do you see the game?
There's the pipeline to becoming a head coach. You coach this spot, you coach that spot, you become a coordinator, you do great, you get the interview, bang, you got the job. And some of those guys, or a lot of those guys, will pan out and be great. For me, the head coach should be the guy that could literally coach every position on the field.
Interesting.
That's how I judge coaching.
Did McVay follow that roadmap?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. He's one of those dudes. But your head coach should be able to coach every position reasonably well, or have an idea of how to do it.
That makes a lot of sense.
If you want a real head coach.
As what you said about, is he smart enough? That this is why I think I'm incredibly bullish on him going to the booth. And he's not going to do like Dodger games 5 nights a week.
The booth. That's right.
Because Clayton Kershaw's probably made $300 million.
Okay, if he goes in the booth, don't ask him to put on a tie. Just be scruffy Clayton Kershaw, same guy.
You think anybody's telling him what to do?
That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to see him assimilate.
He's also not going to do 120 games a year. He's Clayton Kershaw.
Give me 40.
Give me a national run. Like, do the Smoltz gig.
Yeah.
Like, Smoltz does national games, does the playoffs, does the World Series, and Smoltz is great at it too. But Kershaw, when he goes on with the guys, he's a 10 out of 10.
I need Smoltz in a tie.
I
need Kershaw in a T-shirt. Sweaty.
He goes
preferably.
today. That first pitch of that one coming up almost exactly 3 hours from right now. It is also a Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. As you just heard, you can listen all day for your cue to call. And be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN for a pair of tickets to Paul versus Chavez Jr. It's all happening this Saturday, June 28th at the Honda Center in Anaheim. Listen for your chance to win, or you can get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
There's only one Conforto. Let's go.
Thank goodness.
Come on.
Imagine if you had more than one.
He's
on
got
your
the
team.
light. It was the torpedo bat that saved him. See?
I don't think he has a torpedo bat.
He had one. He's tried everything. He's figured it out. I'm telling you, watch. You're not going to be able to dump him.
Let's really check in on this in a week. Let's check in on this.
You're on. I'm in. Like I said, I'm taking all gym challenges. Let's go. I feel good about this.
What?
I feel good about this.
You hit your wagon to the weirdest stuff.
Just saying. Watch.
Like Michael Conforto of all things.
I like the guy.
Why?
Because a friend of mine said his name 10, 12 years ago out of nowhere. And then here he is again. That means something to me. Yeah.
Can we plant someone today that we're going to mention 10 years from now?
It may be one of those things. A friend of mine mentioned him years ago out of the blue. His name stuck, and here he is again.
So if I said to you today that
it's got to be real.
Zaire Hope is going to be the next big thing, 10 years from now, you're going to say, hey, Trav mentioned
I don't
Zaire
know.
Hope.
See, that's not it. That's not the magic. There was magic when he said it. Something was going on in that room.
Too bad Michael Conforto didn't hear it. He could have caught some of that magic because it's not working
Just
out for him.
When he used to be great.
Just leave the door open. Don't close the door.
I'm getting paint and nails and screws. Remember, you put the chair underneath the handle so you can't open it?
Yes, I hope this dude hits a game-winning grand slam now.
The last time you did that for Max Christie, you ran him out of town, man.
I did not do that. And Max is still balling.
Max is good.
Max may stick it in our ear.
Max Christie is a good player. Luka Doncic is a better player.
I know. Look, what if the Mavericks mess around with Cooper Flagg and win a championship?
I want to talk about that.
And Max Christie is a big contributor.
I want to talk about that.
Yeah, it's not funny anymore.
The draft last night, obviously Cooper Flagg goes number 1 overall to Dallas. And seeing where they are, seeing where the Lakers are, we sure that everyone was as dumb as we thought they were? That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco and Michael Conforto's biggest advocate on 710 ESPN.
Come on.
It's a Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen all day for the cue to call, and you can win a pair of tickets to see Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez at the Honda Center on Saturday, June 28th. Just be caller number 7 when you hear that cue to call at 877-710-ESPN. Listen all day for your chance to win or get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. A Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Everyone knows Earl Hershiser has won numerous awards for his performance on the field. But off the field, he's a great humanitarian, a true friend and partner of mine, and a real bulldog when it comes to business.
Baseball taught me to work hard and respect people. Rotolo Chevrolet does both, and that's why I joined the team.
Rotolo Chevrolet has been Dealer of the Year for 12 straight years. Like Oral, we know something about winning.
I believe they call that a dynasty.
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Hey, it's Cap. Is it time to downsize? Selling your home doesn't have to be a hassle. Not with Seller's Advantage. You can skip the agents, commissions, and costly repairs. By the time you pay for repairs and agent fees, you could have already sold your home for a fair, competitive price without the worry of the deal falling through. Here's what Chris Chavez, a real Seller's Advantage customer, had to say, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was definitely the best company I've worked with. They offered me more than I expected, and the whole process was great. They were helpful, always answered the phone, and willing to help. I can't say enough about the experience. Much better than going through a realtor," end quote. Thank you, Chris. Get your free, no-obligation cash offer today. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-397-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurants protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey, it's May. Summer is here. You made it. And one of Jacob and Ronnie's new billboards says, "Don't just exist, live." It's the kind of message that hits you, especially if you're dealing with the aftermath of a crash or injury. Jacob doesn't just handle cases. He helps people move forward, take their lives back, and get the justice that they deserve. If you've been injured in an accident, don't settle for silence or pain. Call somebody who's been standing up for LA families since the 90s. Jacob will fight for the maximum compensation, and you pay nothing unless he wins. You deserve somebody who will fight for what's right, and Jacob does that every single time. When you call an attorney, you want one who is respected. Call Jacob. He's the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, calljacob.com. Proud partner of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC.
Call Jacob.
Purple Wave Auction remains the trusted leader in online equipment auctions. What makes the difference is you. You are part of our growing global community that continues to trust Purple Wave with the equipment that builds and feeds America. This trust placed in us by our community, from construction to ag producers and fleet drivers, brings great equipment opportunities to their next owners. Join the Purple Wave community today. purplewave.com.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. I guess I could sue.
Sue who?
You ever see those stories where you've got people suing the airlines because they say the seats don't fit? They're too big for the seat type stuff? Okay, whatever. But I'm thinking like going raw.
Raw dog in a flight.
Raw dog in a flight. You get on with nothing. Don't read, no phone, nothing. You just sit there for however long the flight is. Could you make it raw? And then I'm thinking...
Don't say it like that.
Well, I tried. I made it about 45 minutes, and then it just... Because the seat was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It could be a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I should join the lawsuit.
The idea of making seats bigger is better for everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody, even if you're tiny little thing,
not
you
for
want
the
your seats
airlines.
bigger.
That's not everybody.
Okay, yes.
It's better for every passenger.
Any customer
Yes.
4 seats.
buying. So anybody who's like sitting next to somebody who's a little big for a seat and they're complaining about the person being too big, yes, bigger seats is better for
Can't you
everybody.
just delete just a few seats and just make it a little bit wider for everyone? You say Philadelphia, the first thing that hurts is my knees.
Yeah.
And it's not hurting, but it's just my mind. That's pain. That's knees.
They would have to raise the prices on each individual seat to make up for the
I'll pay the
cost.
extra freight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am going to Philadelphia next week. I'm going to be gone for a few days and I'm going to go see my son. And so that's like a 5-hour flight from here.
Go raw. Let me see if you can do it.
I could get to Phoenix. I might be able to get to Dallas, a couple, but 5 hours is a long time. I don't stare at my phone on a flight. I don't watch movies on a flight. I read when I get on an airplane, but I need to read.
Raw dogging even includes not reading.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if I could do 5
That shouldn't
hours
be.
just
Reading is
staring
good.
at the back of the seat.
You should do what that kid did. Remember, he wrote down names
all
of
the-
athletes.
Yeah.
Wrote down names of athletes?
Basically, just every athlete he could ever remember in the history of his life.
Oh,
he
I
made
do
a
that.
long list of everybody along the way.
I do that with wrestling tag teams.
I got a weird question for you.
Yeah.
Kind of related to what we're talking about. You and I have lost weight recently.
Yeah.
Okay. How much weight?
No,
have you lost?
you lost weight.
No, I have.
No,
I have. But
yeah,
so have you.
You have lost weight.
No, okay, that's not the point.
I have
we
plateaued.
We
Yeah,
both
but-
have.
but go ahead.
You
Yeah.
are how much lighter than you were, say, 2 or 3 years ago? 100 pounds?
No.
50?
At least.
Okay, at least. Perfect. I'm about the same spot. Does your ass hurt all the time?
No.
Okay, I think
your butt hurts
all the time.
What do you mean your butt hurts?
I can't sit.
But don't you have an injury having to do with your coccyx?
I did, but it went away, and I can't sit in a chair for more than about 45 minutes.
You fell, didn't you?
20 years ago.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, his injury.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Tom Tolbert hip checked me and sent me flying across the dance
Big
floor.
Tom?
Yeah, big Tom. Nearly broke my damn back doing it.
Well, that's
but
a funny story.
DeMarco, if I'm in the car, 45 minutes is like somebody set an alarm. Like, nope, you can't sit here anymore.
Really?
An airplane is going to be. I went to a movie last night. At 45 minutes, I got to stand up. I got to move around, and I don't know what it's from exactly. And I'm wondering if my butt just doesn't have enough.
Oh no,
padding anymore.
I don't have that. No.
Okay.
It's not the sitting down. It's just sitting in the chair is uncomfortable for me.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a butt problem, bro.
Yeah, I do.
Have you considered a cushion for
But then
a
I'm
long
the guy
flight?
that carries a cushion around, and I'd rather be uncomfortable than be the guy that
Get the-
carries.
So here's
a
what
cushion
you're gonna
around.
do.
Get the donut. You'll be fine.
It is that part.
Get the donut.
You get what people normally take for the headrest, like the
ring.
travel pillow.
Yeah.
Instead of using it on your neck, just put it underneath you.
Hey, bro, I'm all about seat technology. If you're worried about people laughing, it won't be for me. I'm like, damn, why didn't I think of that?
I'm sure you've all know. I stand up during every break.
Yeah.
I stand up during when we meet in the morning. It's because
Are you Russell
always
Wilson?
Hurts.
Are you standing up, walking up and down, doing sprints?
I get up
on the plane.
frequently.
Okay.
Because I mean it hurts like crazy.
Just don't be doing high knees.
I'm not doing high knees. Look, don't you ever compare me
I'm
to
just
Russell
saying,
Wilson ever again. How dare you?
Go stand in the bathroom if you
I
got to
did
go
not
do
have
all
to
that.
Google how to tell my wife I think she's pretty.
Okay, but if you got to do that, and I got you, if you got an ailment and you got to stand up, I completely feel you.
Wait, so
just don't be standing next to me.
I'm on the aisle.
When my head is belt high, move it down there.
I just get up, stand up, stretch my legs, my back, and then sit back down
Then
again.
just
the only thing that seems to help, edibles.
Oh, really?
When gone. Tylenol, not so much.
Wow.
Advil, not so much. Half of a gummy, perfect spot.
Have you considered THC balm?
I have, and it
Okay.
doesn't work as well. It does work, but it's not as effective.
Like you're looking for permission.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if this is like weight related or something.
No, you're good. Yeah,
Okay.
you lost some weight, my man.
I have.
You were skinny.
So the lawsuit comes with you just want to sue Southwest for bigger seats?
No, I just said maybe I should join because that
When they lose?
airplane seats are not comfortable for me at all because of my size.
And they're only getting
Yeah.
smaller. Like
Yeah.
the seats are only getting smaller with the newer airplanes. They want to pack more people in there.
And I don't use the extension, so
we don't need to.
But it's still so I can normally fit, but it doesn't fit me great.
No.
You know the one if
Well,
I
you're
get the
a
one
naturally wide man.
Right. I'm a little bit wider than the average dude.
Yes.
The seat that I hate the most is the one where the center arm doesn't come up.
Do they have those?
It's the emergency row. So either I got to get the room and get squeezed, or get the good side and get my knees pinched.
Yeah.
So
you won the Super Bowl. You should fly first class. You should get the big seat.
Now you sound like everybody else I know. You sound like Joe the Butcher. How come you're not flying first class?
It's a good. Look,
bruh, I played in the 90s.
Marco, I respect you that you are a man of principle and that you've decided that coach is the way for you to go for your lifestyle, for your economics, all those things. Your body and your bank account says first class.
10-hour flight, first class. Going up to like the Bay Area. Come on, dude.
That's 45 minutes.
Just jump in the back?
You can survive that.
Thank you very much.
What's the cusp? Would it be
Chicago.
4 hours?
What about Chicago?
For me, it's 4 hours. Anything over 4 hours, I got to think about where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be painful.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on what seat I get. If you're sitting with Maurice, who takes the window. And
Well, you said he's knocked
4'2".
out before the plane even gets in the air.
Oh, I hate him. That dude could fall asleep anywhere. How dare you be that size where you can sleep anywhere? That's not fair. Where did we get stuck? With Bryan Cranston. We got stuck on the ground for like 5-6 hours. He fell asleep, woke up, thought we were in L.A. We hadn't taken off yet, and he went right back to sleep. Oh, my God, I was so mad.
I would give a lot to be able to have that skill.
Yes.
I have, we all have like things that we're good at, things we're bad at. I can't sleep unless I'm lying down.
Right.
I could lie down on this table and fall asleep.
Yes.
Like it doesn't have to be a comfortable place to lie down. I just need to be flat.
Yes.
And I can knock out. But if I'm sitting in a chair, I will never fall asleep.
The big plane. What's the big plane with the
777?
242? Is that what?
252.
252.
Or it might even be 353, something like that.
The big plane.
The big one.
Okay, so the last row of the middle row of the 5.
Yeah.
There's a little spot right there. This is where the flight attendants usually keep their personal bags.
Okay.
But there is a spot. So if you get there first, you can lay down.
Really?
Yeah. You can. If you get there first, it's yours. You can lay down, put the pillow, get a blanket. You can stretch out.
When I was playing baseball one summer I played in the Jayhawk League between my sophomore and junior year of college. And so you're on a bus and you're going from small town to small town throughout the Midwest. You're playing baseball. And we had this old-ass bus, but it was our bus, right? Like, so Ozzie Smith actually bought the bus.
No way.
So Ozzie Smith was also an alumni of the Clarinda, Iowa A's.
No way. Way to go,
I'm
Ozzie.
playing with the Clarinda A, and Ozzie bought the bus.
Yeah.
And so, but Ozzie's a little bit older than me, so the bus was older by the time I got there. And not everybody got to sit by themselves, so there were some double ups depending on hierarchy and all these things. Seniority. I would always... The back row of the bus where you had like 5 seats across you could lay down. That was the prime spot. The other one was you would literally fall asleep in the aisle of the bus.
Dang right.
It smells like diesel fuel, gasoline, BO, gloves.
We're a team.
Pine tar.
I need to sleep.
Chew, spit, sweat. The nastiest thing in the world. Knocked out.
Just pick your feet up if you have to go to the bathroom.
Uh-oh.
The Lakers have done something.
What did they do?
Nothing huge. Nothing huge. Sean Shawnee is putting this out. The Los Angeles Lakers are moving up in the second round of the NBA draft tonight, acquiring the 45th pick from the Bulls for the number 55 pick and cash, sources tell ESPN. So they moved up 10 picks to make a pick in the second round, and they didn't pick yesterday. So they're moving up.
Moving up and cash?
They got to give cash. They give the Bulls cash to move up 10 spots.
Why would you pay to move up in the second round?
There must be somebody that they're worried is going to go between 45 and 55 that they're not going to get their hands on that they like, right?
That's the only reason to move up or down in anything.
Yeah. The guy I like at 55 will be available at 65. I'll move back. The guy that I like at 55 isn't going to be there at 45. I got to move up.
I have to log a protest. That should not be breaking news. We should not waste that on a second-round pick.
We talked a lot about the second-round pick last year.
Trying to think, did we announce the silver medalist?
We spent a lot of time talking about.
That was Bronny, though.
Right,
that was different.
Right. So now
wild.
Now these picks do matter or they don't matter. I'm confused.
Why would you do that?
They either do or they don't. 'Cause what I just said.
To get a guy that you would like.
There's a guy in the 40s that they like that they don't think will be there in the 50s.
Damn, basketball eval is dead on then. When you know.
Well, you hope to know.
I mean, you just paid cash to move up. Yeah. I think you know
they
more than you know.
how much
use
cash.
a pick last year. They just basically lit it on fire.
That's what I'm saying. So first it was KD in the 5 second-round picks. Remember? We're just throwing 5.
Yeah.
Now we're doing this in the second round. What is going on in the second round?
Well, one thing is the Mark Walters group is great at analytics. I don't think they have their entire power behind this right now,
Yeah.
but it's something that can change over time. That can change where analytics might change something. There are second rounders who can turn out to be great. Nikola Jokic, second rounder.
Sure. That's funny. Like, second round in basketball is derided. Second round in football, you throw a party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm... second round NBA. Oh, poor you.
More guys.
Right.
More guys, more rounds. And the second round in the NFL draft, you're finding starters. You're finding all pros. It happens.
Second round second round in baseball is a big deal.
Yeah.
Second round in the NBA.
There's only 2 rounds in the NBA.
You don't tell anybody that. Yeah, you're like, that's sad.
Or you spend weeks talking about it.
This is true. What if your name is Bronny?
Uh-huh.
Yes. I guess we're going to do it again.
I guess
soon.
they matter again all of a sudden. I don't know. Like, this is where, like, last year when there was all the conversation around Bronny, like, hey, they need to pick a real player. And I was always like, guys, it's the second round. It's the 50. Emily, double check. Bronny was right around 55. It was something around
55.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like, guys, they're not going to get anybody at 55 anyway. It's like, what difference does it make?
And I don't ever remember talking or spending a minute on the 55th pick.
Me neither.
Besides Bronny.
Yeah.
Until Bronny.
And now this one, it's like, okay, 55, 45, what's the difference?
And, okay, again, like Conforto, here we go again. You have to leave the door open for the fact that Bronny could become a decent NBA player.
And so could this pick at number 45 now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's only 145.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, who would that be? What is that? Maybe it's a big? I don't know.
Well, it's not Mark Williams.
It's not Mark Williams.
Mark Williams is now on the Suns, which makes me feel really good about what the Lakers did last year at the trade deadline when they sent him back, right? We'll come back and talk about that coming up in a second because that is actually
That's funny.
That made me feel better about what the Lakers did than actually anything else that they could or could not have done. It is the NBA draft, free agency. We're talking about it all. The offseason, every moment of what makes the purple and gold the biggest offseason in history. We have your dose of what's next for the Lakers, thanks to Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the L.A. Lakers. All of that coming up. Cooper Flagg in Dallas. Did they, quote, win the trade? That's next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Cannot wait, Travis. Right after this, found the hole in the schedule. Can't wait to go lifting. Yes. Weights are back.
Don't chafe.
On the menu. Yes, chafing is a big deal. Like with the cardio, trying to drop weight like we talked about. A lot of walking, a lot of time on my feet. Chafing was a real issue. I know it is for a lot of people. And look, that shouldn't stop you from getting in shape if that's what's hurting you or you're embarrassed by it. Let me tell you what to do. Go get Highland's Chafing Relief right now and keep it close. Keep it on you at all times. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. If you're dealing with chafing right this minute, I'm telling you, this will get you back to feeling good in no time, and you can get back out there and continue your fitness journey, so to speak. Running, riding, hiking, or just working outside riding the motorcycle. I see you out there. The heat wave is coming. Highlands has your back and your thighs and your arms. You guys know what I mean. Chafing shouldn't stop you from doing what you love. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference right now. Available today at Walmart and Target.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason in Ireland.
Today, before I came here, I made a sandwich for myself, but I only had the heels of the bread to use, the heel.
Did you toast it?
I did not.
No, toasted heel is good. If you have like a loaf of bread,
Yeah.
like a French bread, do you eat the butt?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, me too.
I don't. Yeah. So do you eat that butt? I love it. The heel, the butt, all of it.
Sedano and Cap weekdays at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Located in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, Crypto.com Arena is pulling back the curtain and unveiling new behind-the-scenes VIP tours presented by Delta Airlines, which offers an exclusive look inside one of the world's most iconic sports and entertainment venues. Expert guides will lead small groups through spaces that have hosted legendary sports championships, world-renowned concerts, and epic awards. Guests will also explore the VIP areas and experience the arena's latest renovations. Visit Crypto.com Arena/tours for more info.
All right, we got a caller who says, I need to buy a car and I need to save money. Well, my friend, I've got one answer for you. The Cerritos Auto Square. It's America's largest auto mall. 24 dealerships, all the top brands, all in one easy location right here in SoCal. And here's the secret. These dealers sell more cars than anyone because they have low prices. And they can actually afford low prices because they sell so many cars. Check it out at CerritosAutosquare.com.
Cerritos Auto Square.
Every
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
My man Greg, I feel bad. If you can't sit for more than 45 minutes without something hurting, get that checked out. I got a buddy. It's more comfortable. It's only comfortable for him to be on the move.
Yeah.
You can't live like that.
It's hard.
You can't sleep moving.
Sleep doesn't bother me because I'm not.
Really?
I'm not flat on my butt. I'm on my hip.
Oh, well,
I sleep on my side.
Sleeping not good. Standing, moving, great.
My friend Nicole, who hooked me up at Nordstrom, picked out some good stuff for me the other day. She was listening, and she said that she has the same issue, and she just sent me an Amazon link to a specific butt pad that will help me in the car.
There you go. In the car.
So,
okay,
yeah,
good.
There you go.
I'm all about seat technology.
Apparently, I'm not the only one with sore butt issues.
Yes. Did you ever try the pillow you could buy? Sky Mall. I miss Sky Mall.
The thing around your neck?
Remember Sky Mall?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I miss Sky Mall. No, it was like a pad where you could lean forward.
No, I don't know that one.
It's like you put it in there. It's almost like a wedge, and you can
attach it to the seat in front of you,
or just kind of lean it up there so you can lean forward a little bit and fall asleep. Because you try to get that sleep.
Yeah, I can't do that.
That one, it just helps you do that way. I'm all about it. If it works, I'll try it. If it helps me get to sleep on a plane, I'm there. Yeah.
Drugs and alcohol will help.
See? Beyond that, I know that works.
That does work.
Yes.
It does work. Cooper Flagg, first pick in the draft last night. No surprise there. Goes to Dallas. We'll see how good he is, but by people that do this for a living, there seems to be a general consensus that he's going to be very, very good, that he is special, not just like sometimes there are first picks in the draft. You're like, yeah, that's LeBron James or that's Anthony Davis or that's, Magic Johnson. That's going to be a guy. And then sometimes it's Anthony Bennett or Michael Olowokandi. You're like, yeah, I don't know, man, maybe. But this guy
don't even put that in the universe.
Flagg seems to be one of the guys that you can feel pretty good about being a good player.
Well, okay, so here's what I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. What is generational? What is Cooper Flagg if he's dominant? Who? Jason Tatum?
That would be pretty good.
A guy you just hand the ball to? Shea.
Let me ask you.
Same thing. I don't know.
Instead of comparing him to a guy, let me ask you this. The bar would have to, if he's going to live up to expectations, the bar would have to be he's the best player on a team that wins a title.
Okay, so that's what I mean. Does that mean he's shooting well? Does that mean he's a great all-around guy?
Maybe it's one or the other or both. But he's a guy that is he our best player? Yeah. Do we have a chance to win a title? Yeah.
Michael Thompson said Karolinko. Remember Karolinko?
Andre Karolinko?
Andre Karolinko. He said it reminds him, or he's got shades of that. And he mentioned some other person too, KG, from the way he competes and his athleticism. So what I remember of Karolinko is a motor. The guy just did not stop. So if Cooper Flagg, if he's that, whatever it is that makes him special, if he gets to reach that ceiling, I don't know what that looks like. I don't know who that looks like in the history of the NBA. But I guess I'm going to have to judge him off Mavericks' success.
Yeah, of course.
If they're good with him,
that's all that really matters,
then he's
right?
The guy,
like,
right?
I mean, if you go and you're a great
sense.
player somewhere, like Andre Karolinko spent most of his career, if not all of his career, in Utah, right?
Yeah. And Utah wasn't an easy out.
No, they weren't an easy out, but they also they were not going to be the best team in the league because of him. They were going to be the best team in the league because of Stockton or Malone.
So that's what I mean. He could be at his best and give you Karolinko.
That's not good
I thought that
enough.
was so interesting.
If that's what it is, not good enough. If it's Kevin Garnett, then we're on to something.
If
that's
you put Karolinko
different.
on the right team, that same motor on the right team, then it would be return on investment. He'd be that much better.
That's a little different, though. That's third best player is important.
Yeah.
But is it number one overall pick important?
Well, I'm assuming Dallas has the intangibles, and they have a superstar in Anthony Davis, and they're kind of motivated. You add that to that, you make it a championship run, I think he stands out a little bit more.
I know this
just doing what he does.
Yeah. I know this isn't what happened, but play a game with me real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Take the holy you-know-what, they traded Luka Doncic to the Lakers feelings, as difficult as it is, and put it to the side over there.
Okay.
If the Lakers and the Mavericks executed a trade that was Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, future number one pick from the Lakers, and Cooper Flagg, do the Mavericks make that trade just straight up for that? Luka for that package of guys.
Now, no. In a year, you're going to be like, yes. Hell yes.
What happens between now and a year?
Cooper Flagg actually turns out to be pretty damn good.
But that's not what it is. I'm saying that right now.
Right now it's
today,
a no. Right now
today,
it's a no.
You say the Mavericks say no.
Right, because Cooper Flagg, the I guess the cherry on top is still an unknown to me. And I still say Luka is still that guy. But if he makes that team a machine, he's the final piece. Oh, goodness.
I think it might be a yes. It might still be a no, but it's certainly a let me think about it. Let me consider this. Let me kind of go through this.
It's starting to look that way.
And I know that's not what happened. That they won the lottery. Sure, they did. Right? They won the lottery right after making the worst. Sure. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that. They won the lottery. That trade, while maybe it's something you don't do, it's not crazy.
Right.
Cooper Flagg, number one pick, Max Christie, Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic. That's a package that makes some sense.
Yes.
Did they back into the luckiest thing in the history of the world?
There's still some shenanigans out there because the Mark Williams thing is funny because I thought he was mad at the league for being devalued. Now he's in Phoenix. He seems to be happy. The other part was how Dallas end up with the number one pick. How'd Luka wind up
They
here?
won the lottery, DeMarco. What do you mean?
We're just going back around the room here. But I would say this about leaving the door open for Conforto. You have to leave the door open at some point that Nico Harrison could be at the end of this going, ha, 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 ha.
Oh, I'm far more willing to get on that train than the Conforto train.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He could be on the end of this, and he had help. They gave him the number one.
Yes.
But he could be building a dynasty.
Because even when it happened, we were like, how does this happen? When the star this big moves kind of in the prime of his career, we were all saying, what do we not know? What's happening? Why would that happen?
Yes.
And so it makes a little more sense that maybe Nico Harrison had
I think all those questions were answered. We saw Luka this year.
Yeah, whether there's conspiracy theories, any of these, how we got here is secondary to where we are.
Oh, right.
That they got here. Maybe Nico Harrison got a horseshoe jammed up his backside, and he's just the luckiest guy walking on two legs. And then he backed into Cooper Flagg, and he
could be the same effect.
It could be this. I told you so, and it was nothing but blind ass luck.
Do you guys remember the bullet points on the negatives about Luka coming out of Dallas? What were they?
Weight, conditioning, commitment.
Is that fair?
He is coming off a calf strain, too. So he is recovering from a serious
He was
injury.
recovering. Okay, so go back to the negatives again. Say that again.
Weight, commitment, defense, conditioning.
Did we see all that this year?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I mean. So some of those
coming
questions,
off of an injury, without an offseason with the Lakers,
but some of
could
those
be different
questions
next
were
year.
answered. I see why we were trying to figure out how the hell you would do this. And that's the stuff coming out of Dallas. And we saw a little bit of it.
Yeah.
We also saw the other end, too. The dude can fill it up.
Oh,
I'm not saying
yeah.
it's all bad.
Oh, no,
but we saw,
he's terrific.
Yeah, we saw everything.
That's why I think the deal is, again, this wasn't the deal, but this is where we ended up. Where it ended up in the place where one team's got Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, Cooper Flagg, the Lakers' future number one pick, Max Christie, who's a nice player, and the other team got one of the best players in the whole damn league. It was terribly lopsided.
If they
the other
turn
way.
into a dynamo and start winning championship after championship after championship, what does that moron that burned the coffin in front of the stadium do? Do you let him back in the fold?
You're going to step 10, and we're on step
The
-4.
same ones that are saying fire Nico at the draft.
Yeah.
Do those morons get back in if this team becomes
They're fans.
good?
They're coming right back through. They're excited where they are right now. They don't even have to become a team that wins championship. But nobody does that in the league anymore, right? Like we've had 7 different champions in the last 7 different years. That just dynasties really don't exist in this league. We'll see what happens with OKC. Maybe they kind of buck the trend, but it's not. I got to go win 3 in the next 4 years to have this thing work out. It's we got to be in the mix over and over and over again. We got to maybe get one or get close to one or get close to a couple, but they're set up to go do that.
They're not. They're in a pretty good position. They are, and they're set up pretty well.
Let me ask you this:
post Luka,
are they in a better position than the Lakers?
Depends on how you look at it.
How do you look at it?
You still have LeBron and you still have Luka. I would take them over them in any sort of playoff run because of
for 1 year.
For 1 year, at least one more year.
Yeah, I think the term, the length, all of these things. We'll put a pin in that. We can come back and talk about that.
You have 2 of the best players in the league together. Yes,
you do. But for how long and while you do it, they had 2 best players in the league last year. They were out in the first round.
And they almost dragged that rock over the hill. They almost did it.
They were out in the first round.
And keep in mind too.
Full period sentence paragraph.
They gave me a 3 seed, and they.
Who cares?
They got into the.
They were out in the first round, and they were exposed.
With all those exactly,
they were exposed. They don't play defense. They're not big enough.
Exactly.
They were exposed,
and they almost pulled it off. So that's why I feel
they didn't. They lost in 5 games.
You got LeBron and Luka. I feel pretty comfortable.
They got blown out in that series.
I know. I'm with you, but they were there. Yeah,
but they weren't. We have to make sure that we're clear on this.
No,
they weren't there. They got beaten 5 games in the first round.
This very flawed, very defensively limited squad that we all knew with a first-year coach learning on the gig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They dragged it up a hill to the 3 seed. I'm giving a little credit.
Dallas may have,
with all these flaws,
the 2 rosters. What's today? June 26th.
Yeah.
Dallas may have the better team today.
Granted.
Today.
Right. Now
and that's where it gets interesting.
Give those same 2 some help, and let's see what happens.
The Far Side coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Let's see. You can play your perfect combo at Pechanga Resort Casino. Did you know that? That's right. We are going to play golf there.
Soon.
Have you been practicing?
You look at my face.
I know. You've been practicing.
No, look at my face. I've never practiced golf a single day in my entire life.
Have you been playing?
No.
Oh, I like it. This is going to be good. Yeah. Well, we're going to Pechanga Resort Casino. You don't have to be stuck in traffic. You can be at the best casino resort in Southern California in less than an hour. Yeah, we can get there and back. This is going to be fun, Travis. Pechanga gives all guests the amenities they expect of a world-class resort. Exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, golf. Let's not forget round-the-clock gaming excitement. The casino floor is massive. There's 1,100 hotel rooms and suites. The spa, which I will be in. The golf course, 20 bars and restaurants. We'll hit them all. They make Pechanga Resort Casino the best, one of the largest resort casinos in the country. So come see why readers of Newsweek and USA Today have voted Pechanga Resort Casino the best casino outside of Vegas. Visit Pechanga.com or call this number, 888-PECHANGA, to book a reservation or for more info. Also, follow them on Instagram at Pechanga Casino for up-to-the-minute news and information.
And it is a ticket.
Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the industry's idea of a healthy.
And you win a pair of tickets for Saturday, June 28th at the Honda Center to see Jake Paul to take on Julio Cesar Chavez. Caller number 7 right now wins. Listen all day for your chance to win or get your tickets right now at Ticketmaster.com on a Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
And breaking NBA draft news for tonight. The Lakers are moving up in the second round of the NBA draft, acquiring the number 45 pick from the Chicago Bulls and trading the 55th and some cash, according to Shams at ESPN. We're talking about what it means for tonight. And don't forget, you can hear the second round of the draft starting at 4:30 p.m. today on 710 ESPN and the ESPN radio tile on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Breaking news on 710 ESPN is powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for coupons and locations.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. Your lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
Forget that. Let's keep playing this game. You guys want to play a game? First team that comes to mind when I say the city. We were just in here arguing. New York.
Yankees.
Yankees.
Okay. San Francisco.
Giants.
Giants.
See, I said 49ers.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Falcons.
First team.
Oh, yeah, Falcons.
Falcons, okay. Boston.
Red Sox.
Celtics.
See, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the hard one. This is the one we had fun with.
Yeah.
L.A.
Dodgers.
Lakers.
Lakers, I guess.
See, that's funny, right? I love
FC.
this. The first thing that comes to mind. Yeah, I mean, New York is always the Yankees no matter what.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you asked me a question. You said Dallas.
I asked you a question about somebody on the Dallas
and
roster.
I'm
you
thinking
went Cowboys. Yeah.
Immediately. Okay, when you got to tell me. If it's the Mavericks, say Mavericks. If you say Dallas, I think Cowboys. But crazy.
Detroit.
Pistons.
Lions.
Pistons.
Washington.
Yeah.
Commanders.
Nothing comes to mind.
That's interesting that you're saying Commanders, too, because I would go.
No, it's the team you want to say.
Yeah.
You can't say it.
Yeah. No, I self-edited.
That's the team
You're
you
right.
want to say.
You're
Seattle.
Right.
Sonics.
Yeah.
Right.
Sonics. That's a generational thing.
It has to be, right?
You and I grew up when the Sonics were a thing, and they were actually pretty good most of the time.
This is an interesting one. Okay, yeah. Chicago.
Bulls.
I would say Bulls.
Yeah.
A lot of people would say Bears. And that actually rolls off, too.
Cubs, too. Cubs are wildly popular.
No one would say the White Sox, would they?
Is anybody saying the Angels?
Cleveland.
Stop. Yeah. That's not
Cavs.
The Browns.
I was thinking Indians, but that's not.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, here's Houston.
Rockets.
Oilers.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Texans?
No.
Millennial.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Texans. Get out of here. Not a chance. What do you got for us?
I was just thinking about stuff and nicknames and making me laugh. Funny, you pop into my head and I start laughing because of how you describe your coach in college,
Al Ferrer,
giving you one about throwing the ephus pitch.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I would have lit you up too. Just names and things and stuff that got through, and the one that got through was pork ball. That's the one that got through.
Somebody called you pork ball?
Pork ball. It was the D-line coach at UW, and we were absolutely going at it. We were at loggerheads because he had his freaking golden boy and Steve Ettman.
Yeah,
and
number one pick, right?
Number one pick in the draft.
Yeah.
And Steve was dominant, as dominant as Aaron Donald was in the pros. Steve was like that, maybe 10 times worse.
I saw it with my own two eyes.
Yes,
He was amazing.
because there weren't any all-pros to stop him.
Right.
He was just... So anything this coach would dream up, Steve could do, and it made it hard for the rest of the freaking room.
Sure.
So I think you know me. Sometimes I just get frustrated. So I'm going to give you the result you're looking for, which is tackles for loss and sacks, and I'm not going to make an assignment error.
Yeah.
Our three big things. But I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would drive him crazy. Why can't you do it like Steve? When he would say that, I would do, now watch this. Because when I get on the field, you can't control me. So I'm making plays, and he's going nuts.
Yeah.
And we just were at loggerheads. And finally, to get through to where I could be coach, he called me pork ball. He hit me
And it hit the bullseye.
right between the feels.
Yeah.
And he kept saying it and kept saying
Not
it. And
very
every
nice.
time they said it, people would kind of giggle. I'm like, oh, he got me.
Yeah.
Right. So that was the one.
I've never understood. And you coached briefly.
Yes.
Yeah. I other than coaching my kids, I've never coached in any meaningful capacity. What do I care how you do it if it's getting done? Like if you're saying, to your point, here's what I'm asking of you. I'm asking you to stop the run, tackles for loss, sack the quarterback, don't go the wrong way.
I have an answer for you.
Don't go the wrong way.
Yes.
Okay, no assignment errors.
Yes.
As long as those criteria are being met, what do I care how you do it?
Okay, so this is when the head coach and the coordinator step in and they're teaching you about life, and it's about teamwork and whatnot. And what I did not take into account or care about at the moment, I was just interested in tracking down Steve.
Yeah.
Because he was the one guy.
Sure.
He says you have no idea the damage you're doing behind you because they're building a program. It's not just about me doing it right. It's about the kid behind me watching me do it right. That they're coaching. We're all being coached the same way.
So they'd rather you do it right to results that are not what they are, or I could sack the quarterback a bunch of times and not make assignment mistakes. And by the way,
yes,
we're winning a bunch of games, and I'm going to go to the NFL.
We had to come to a happy medium, and we did.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to do it like a dude that's 6'5", 300.
No, he was different.
A little bit.
He was
right.
different.
But that was funny. He called me pork ball. And another dude, oh my God, this is, I became a starter. So now I'm meeting all these guards. These good guards, like the best guards I've ever played against in my entire life. These are all pros.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm meeting them for the first time. There was a dude in New Orleans named Jim Dombrowski.
I remember the name.
They called him Dumbro, right? And he was terrifying. This is the dude that would keep me up at night, right? And he played in New Orleans. So twice a year I got to see this dude. I didn't know he was a first-round pick. I didn't even know what that felt like until I bumped into him. And guess where he went to freaking school? Virginia.
Oh,
no idea. Right. Oh my God. And he got to me with cheeseburger. It was the most intelligent put down of my life. He was brilliant. He was good. He was strong. I hate him for life.
Yeah, he's your.
I like morons that can't think. This guy could think, and he was good. It's crazy.
All right, a little more breaking news. Laker related as well. Austin Reaves has declined a max contract extension offer from the Lakers that would have paid him $89.2 million over 4 seasons. That is from Dan Weike. He is about to start the third year of a 4-year, $54 million contract that he signed as a restricted free agent back in 2023. That was the max number he could receive from the Lakers at the time. He can opt out of that deal and become an unrestricted free agent next summer when he's expected to command way more than the most lucrative extension that the Lakers are allowed to offer. The decision, league sources said, was not a reflection of Reaves and the Lakers' relationship, that this is a administrative situation.
This is as expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to bet on himself.
As he should. There's going to be a long line of people willing to offer him a lot more money than 89.2 over 4 seasons.
Do you think that we'll get the best out of Reaves with a contract year coming up? Because, he would have still gone for a lot this year if for example, if he was a free agent this summer, he'd still go for a lot, even though his performance in the last postseason was not great.
Guaranteed.
Will we get the most out of him this year because he has this big payday coming?
That's coming up next. Yeah. What happens? Is he even here? Does he even play this season with the Lakers? That's still not, 100% guaranteed. It's all coming up. Strav DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
And breaking NBA draft news for tonight. The Lakers are moving up in the second round of the NBA draft, acquiring the number 45 pick from the Chicago Bulls and trading the 55th and some cash, according to Shams and ESPN. We're talking about what it means for tonight. And don't forget, you can hear the second round of the draft starting at 4:30 p.m. today on 710 ESPN and the ESPN radio tile on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Breaking news on 710 ESPN is powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for coupons and locations.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
It's a Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen all day for the cue to call, and you can win a pair of tickets to see Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez at the Honda Center on Saturday, June 28th. Just be caller number 7 when you hear that cue to call at 877-710-ESPN. Listen all day for your chance to win or get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. A Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
The biggest event of the summer is coming to Honda Center. Saturday, June 28th. Most Valuable Promotions presents global boxing star Jake Paul on his path to becoming world champion. Taking on Mexico's former world champion, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. In the co-main event, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez defends his world titles against Cuba's knockout artist, Yuniel Dorticos. Former boxing and UFC champ Holly Holm returns live from the Honda Center on Saturday, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
I'm telling you, I've got a wedding this weekend.
Yes.
Very much looking forward to it. I am a really good wedding guest.
I need you to go Nuke Lelouch on the dance floor. Dance with everybody. He's danced with everybody, honey.
Nuke was a better dancer than he was a pitcher.
Yeah, but he had that funky chicken going.
Yeah.
There you go. Yes, sir.
Are you pro weddings?
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
They're always fun.
Okay. Pro first wedding.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our second, third
No,
crack
these
at
are
it.
these are kids.
A lot more subdued. I'm in the back.
This is a new era of my life.
There you go. Well, have fun.
This is one of Kelly's friends. Is getting married.
Oh, nice.
One of Kelly is in the bridal party. She's one of the bridesmaids. And so these are very young people, early 20s, getting married.
There you go.
Yeah.
Are you wearing a suit or a tux?
I'm wearing my new suit.
You're wearing the new suit. There you go.
With sneakers, right?
I haven't decided
You
yet.
should go with
I did buy a pair of nice
Yeah,
sneakers,
you should.
but I also have a pair of nice shoes that I like to wear, so I might wear those too.
I just want to see the pictures. Get some posing pictures.
I'm going to dance.
You and Susan. There you go.
I'm going to have a few.
Yes.
I'm going to have it's in Newport Beach. It's going to be great.
Oh, Where? Church, beach? You said beach?
The reception is at a hotel.
Okay.
The wedding service itself, I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
That part interests me less.
Nice. All right.
Can I tell you about some drama with my sister? Actually, it's fine. It's done now. She has her wedding venue. My little sister's getting married next year on June 12th, I believe. So
in Kentucky?
In Virginia.
In Virginia.
But there was some drama because my sister and her fiance are Catholic, and so they're going to go through the whole Catholic mass. Needs to go through their kind of Catholic marriage counseling.
I did that.
Things like that. So you know what they had to go through. They had to have those classes before they get it.
Yep.
But so she was in the process of, they were living in Florida before she had to move to Kentucky for her residency. So she's in Florida. She has her home church in Florida. They are moving to Kentucky, but they have to book this wedding venue in Virginia.
Okay.
All right. So the priest in Virginia, where her fiance Daniel used to go to be, that's his church, was being a not so fun guy, not being lenient on my sister and her fiance, being a stickler, and would not approve their marriage,
their union,
that they could get married there until they could find a church in Kentucky. And they're like, we haven't moved there yet. We don't know where we're going to go to church in Kentucky. We're just moving there now. And so they had to delay getting their venue. I'm just like,
now,
just relax.
Now that the Pope is a White Sox fan, do we loosen up on this stuff?
I think we should. They're going to go to church. They're going to be Catholic. Let them grow the Catholic Church. Let them have babies. Come on, Virginia priest.
I had to take those classes, DeMarco.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because as a non-Catholic, I had to be vetted
And
before
then
they'd let me in.
you and
They
Sue
can actually
needed
say
to
no?
do them together,
Well, they
right?
can say whatever they want. What they can determine is whether they'll let you use the church to get married.
You just gotta pay.
They can't determine whether I get married.
Not this guy. They couldn't pay off this guy. Not this stickler
Turns
in
out
Virginia.
that's kind of what they wanted.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, then I agree. You got to come ask me.
Yeah.
I am the final yes or no here. So wait, you're gonna sit if you're Austin Reaves, you're gonna bet on yourself. What did you score last year? 20 points a game. That's 34th in the NBA, right?
It's pretty good.
It's not bad. That's 34th.
It's only 30 teams.
That's not wow. See, and you're saying no to 80. How much?
89.2.
Woo! Okay, boy, you better be right.
For 4 years. So you're talking what's half of 45. That's about $21.5 million a year.
All right. As expected, he would say no. He'd probably fetch more on the open market if that's the route he chooses.
He's definitely he's definitely going to get more than that on the open market. He's proven that he can score in the NBA. He's proven that he can create his own shot in the NBA.
He's
that
also
is an
proven
incredible
he can't
commodity.
guard anybody when it matters.
No, for sure. You're not bringing him in to be Gary Payton.
That's true.
You're bringing him in to be a guy that gets you buckets.
Right environment, yes. Yeah. If you want him to be your lead scorer or number two or I don't know. I mean, but I'm expecting my number three guy to be able to defend. That's not,
in a perfect world, sure.
But what if your 1 and 2 can defend already?
I was just going to say, if depending on who 1 or 2 are, maybe you're not bringing them in.
Who does that fit? Where your 1 and 2 guys, your top 2 scorers are also your best defenders.
Could also
you can bring him in just to be the wild card.
Well, they don't have to be their best defenders. You just need to have other good defenders on your team.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's a heck of a deal.
Think about the Thunder, and I know that this is an extreme example, but Shea isn't their best defender or even their second best defender, but he's passable. But you've got guys like Caruso and Dort and Chet Holmgren that are lights out defensively, and they're going to cover up a bunch of mistakes.
Indiana. Who was the kid that came in when Halliburton went out that just
McConnell?
Went Robbie Benson on him.
Yeah. TJ McConnell's been in the league for a while. He is what he is.
That sort of team, you can let him go nuts and
he's going to get his
worry
money.
About the defensive end.
I think where it gets interesting for the Lakers in particular is, do you move on from Austin Reaves before he even hits free agency? That I know that they've said,
depends on what you get. Depends on what Pelinka does. Can you get somebody? Can you get rim protection? If you get rim protection, that makes Austin Reaves way more attractive. If you're expecting him to stay in front of people with no rim protection, then you're going to be an out again. That's the way I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. The Lakers are not going to sink or swim based on whether Austin Reaves can get in front of somebody. They're going to sink or swim based on what they build around Luka and LeBron. Now, if you can keep Austin Reaves and build around Luka and LeBron, great. But the Lakers' number one movable asset is Austin Reaves. That Austin Reaves is the guy that can go get you the things that you want to do. And that I think is the question that probably maybe it's Rob Pelinka and who's ever coming in sooner than later. Maybe this is the last, solo decision that Pelinka gets to make before there's other people coming in, which is leading us to the next thing I want to talk about. But this is the thing you can sell to get stuff. Austin Reaves is the thing you can move to really help your team, or is Austin Reaves more valuable than whatever might be coming in? And that's what you got to figure out. That sliding scale of what's more valuable: getting a big guy, getting better defensively, or, to your point, a guy that can get you 20 a night in the NBA. That's not easy to find.
Oh, the point guard from Germany. Oh,
Schroeder.
Didn't he bet on himself and it turned upside down?
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
That's always like, man, 84 mil, really? Okay. God bless you.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
When somebody says, "Do you want $89 million?" The answer
That's hard
is yes.
to say no.
Unless you're saying $89 million today or a lot more tomorrow, but there's a 2% chance it might be less.
And you don't have to improve.
Yeah.
Just stay healthy. Yeah. You'll get that. That's crazy. Wow. That's basketball.
I think that this kind of brings me to something I wanted to get into today, which is, what do we want to see the Lakers, now that the Lakers are under new ownership? Mm-hmm. And it's going to take a while for, the transition to become official and this, that, and the next thing. But they're at worst in the room making decisions now, at worst being consulted, and sooner rather than later, we're going to do it like this. This is how we want to organize this, and this is how we want to go forward. I think, to me, that what you just said a minute ago is the number one thing that I'm interested to see what happens next. And you mentioned Rob Pelinka. Let's get some more people in the room. I'm not saying that Rob Pelinka can't be one of the people. I'm not saying that he can't even be the person at the top of the decision-making apparatus. But as opposed to one guy doing this and one guy saying to the owner, we're going to do this, it's like, we're going to put together a team of analysts. We're going to put together a team of people from other places that have worked in other places, that have had success in other places, that have created a viable track record in other places, to create an environment where there's a lot of really smart people in one room collaborating on the decision. Hey, do we move on from Austin Reaves? Do we trade him for what we need? Or do we hold him and we can get those other things other places? Let's get more people in that. That's the first thing I'd like to see from the new ownership group. More smart people in the room.
Am I wrong to expect another splash? Because Luka fell into your lap. Now I need some magic. I guess that's, if you're asking me what I would want the new ownership, or I guess the new direction, another splash. Can Rob Pelinka come up with something?
Okay, but they didn't create that splash. That splash rang the doorbell unexpectedly and fell in their lap, right? Like this was not Rob Pelinka actively pursuing Luka Doncic. This was, he answered the phone and said, "Yeah, sure, I'll do that."
This is more on them and Nico, not you. I mean, that's what I mean. Right now, the way you're constructed, I don't know. I mean, getting Giannis is a pipe dream. I don't know. I mean, some sort of trade that changes the way we look at this team, and that may or may not include trading Austin Reaves. I guess it all centers around him.
But okay, so
your ability to move him, or do you have a desire to move him to get better?
What you said about Austin or Giannis, excuse me, is interesting. I don't think that the Lakers are going to find a way to do that. But let's stay there for a second. Somebody somewhere said, "Look, guys, we can actually do this. It's this, and this, and we move this to here, we move that to there, and this can actually do it. And here's why this is a good idea, because this is how much Giannis has left. This is what this is going to." And as opposed to, I don't know, what do we do today? And it seems like the Laker vision has been really short term. It's been, well, LeBron's here one more year, or LeBron's here one more year, or LeBron's here. We got to. It's been really short term as opposed to multi-level. That's what I want. I want to see the multi-level component of this brought in sooner than later.
Part of the fun of being a Laker fan is them doing the unexpected and pulling off stuff you didn't think was possible. That's what I'm looking for. Is that actually possible? I don't know.
That's been the Laker way up until now. And that's what I'm getting at, is that just, hey, maybe something will fall out of the heavens. Maybe that us just being the Lakers will be the reason that the next great player will say, "I'll come play for you." That's not a plan. That's just hoping that it breaks your way again.
It worked. Luka's here.
Okay. Great.
Just saying. Things tend to fall on this team.
Would you rather have a plan or cross your fingers and hope?
I'm sure there's a plan, and there's always value in coming out and playing for the Lakers. Mm-hmm. When you put that jersey on, it changes. Luka, jersey sales, everything changes. So this is a desirable place to play. I'm sure you could talk Giannis and the like into playing here easier than you would some other team down the road, if that makes any sense.
Perhaps.
But you have to be able to pull that off. And I was going to ask you, if you had to grade the Pelinka era to the next available great GM era, where do you put it? Is it going to be something that's forgettable?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Yes.
Pull something off, kind of salvage this, get to the top of the West. You won't be.
Let's get specific, because being on the Lakers is important. Being on the Lakers is prestigious. Being on the Lakers does bring things that being on the Portland Trailblazers does not.
Yes.
Okay. The Dodgers are like that too. But the Dodgers not just have the Dodger across their chest in the history and these things. They got a damn plan. They got a plan to make sure that we can go get Shohei Ohtani, that we can build our farm system and draft guys that are really good, even though we're picking at the back end of the draft, that these are valuable commodities, so we stay super flexible, so we can move guys here. We can make a trade here. We're going to let Walker Buehler walk out because it's time to go. There's a plan in place. It's not just, we're the Dodgers. Cool stuff happens in LA. Want to play for us? There's a damn plan in place. And that's what's going to happen with the Lakers, hopefully. The Laker plan for a long time is, we're the Lakers. Stars love to come here. Let's hope the next one does too. Let's do both at the same time.
Yeah. I think you know what needs to be done. I just hope they do it.
Let's do let's set it up to where if they just want to wear the most prestigious jersey, that's us.
Yeah.
If they want to come to the place that functions the best, that's also us. And that hasn't been the part that's been true. The Dodgers have checked in both of those boxes.
I think you know what needs to be done. I just hope they have the stones
more
to do
smart
it.
people.
Yes.
And move on from LeBron sooner than later.
I hope you have the stones to do it.
What Pelinka's been saying for the past last offseason and this trade deadline is you can't buy a house that's not for sale. If people aren't willing to listen to you, to trade with you, they don't have the assets, they can't do something. I would be more interested sometimes in seeing if they get a big that I don't even know who they are.
You got an asset. I mean, are you just in love with your asset?
Well, I want to go back to her thing about I can't buy a house that's not for sale. You're right.
Bugsy Siegel did.
But why are we only looking at one house? Why don't we find a way to build our own houses? Why don't we find a way to get multiple smaller houses on the same block so when that one comes in, we're able to move in? Like, I get it that I want to buy the thing that's finished. I move right into it. Everything's great, a.k.a. Luka Doncic. Awesome. But can we also have a plan to build a community, to build the infrastructure so when it's time to buy the house, we're ready to be?
What does that
ready
look like?
to go?
You mean like Cooper Flagg type people?
Or it's moving up 10 spots in the draft.
But what's that?
Or maybe it's moving 10 spots in the draft.
But Cooper Flagg, you got to be bad to get Cooper Flagg. You got to be at the top of the draft, right?
Or know some people.
It's have a plan. Yeah. It's have something in place. The Dodgers have been floating around near the top. They're not picking at the top of the draft, yet they're finding really good players. It's a little different because of free agency and money, but the really good free agents, they do want to come here. The players they draft are really good.
That's a great
The players
question.
they let walk are typically, they don't go to smash success other places.
Yeah.
They're just making good decisions, and I would like to see that.
What happened to your big pipeline? Like, how did you get so thin so fast?
They didn't draft anybody that was good?
That's what that speaks to your not having a plan. Like, how did you get so thin?
Well, sometimes they're not there, but you're right. You're
how
right.
How did you get so thin there so fast to where it's a big, fat, gaping hole? Because you are kind of position specific right now. You're looking for bigs, and everybody knows it. That's it. You're not just adding players. You're adding a specific position, a premium spot. It's hard to trade that way. But how did you put yourself in that spot?
Yeah. Well, let's get a lot of smart people in the room to make sure we're not in the spot again.
Okay.
Get a lot of smart people from other places that have had other experiences, that have other methodology, that can say, hey, this has worked for us over here. This led to us not having a big hole at this one position.
And I still don't know what the hell happened to Jackson Hayes. Do you?
That he's been in the league a
All
long
of a
time.
sudden, JJ just don't like you? Is that what happened?
He's getting
annihilated.
I mean, again, Jackson Hayes been in the league, 10 years?
I'm just saying.
He also, in the playoffs, would get fouled. He would get like 4 fouls right away, and it's like 5 minutes of play, and then you couldn't use him because he was going to foul out, and he also wasn't impactful.
You can't take the puppy back, you know?
Jackson, I'll look this up I think he's been in the league about 10 years.
Yeah.
He's been pretty busted for most of those 10 years.
You're going to give up on
giving
your
up
retriever?
on him. It's 10 years.
I know.
He's below average. Hey, guys, guess what? He's below average again.
He was drafted 6 years ago.
Okay, 6 years. That you've been in the league a while. This is not. Sometimes it pops, but more often than not,
That might be a
we got
thing
an
I
idea.
would write. JJ, next time you have an underperforming player, instead of giving up, keep trying. I don't know.
If they're failing, you're going to keep throwing them out there in the playoffs?
Especially if I need the
Not
guy.
in the playoffs.
I need a big.
It is a Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen all day for the cue to call and be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN to win a pair of tickets to Paul V. Chavez Jr. It's all happening this Saturday, the 28th of June at Honda Center in Anaheim. Listen for your chance to win, or you can get tickets right now at Ticketmaster.com. The halfway point of the Major League Baseball season, DeMarco, they've played 81. 50 wins. Who is closest? That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Not 50 wins, 13 wins. That's how many wins Rotolo Chevrolet has of Dealer of the Year from Chevrolet in a row. 13 Dealer of the Years in a row. I'm actually going to see my friends from Rotolo Chevrolet again tomorrow. They're going to do what they do. They're going to blow me away. They're going to show customer service. They're going to take care of people like they do all day, every day, year after year. 13 years in a row Dealer of the Year. Why? Because Mike Capozio insists on it. Because the entire team at Rotolo Chevrolet, from Mike to Eddie to Armando to Michael, just right on down the line, they all just execute that customer service plan to perfection. So if you've been thinking about a Silverado, if you've been thinking about a Chevy car truck, get on out to Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana. It's right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. You can't miss it. And Fontana, on the east side of town, right? The 909, the IE. If you're thinking, I don't know, Trav, man, I live down in Orange County. I live in the Valley. I live in Thousand Oaks. That's cool. Go online, RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO, RotoloChevy.com. And whether you go in or go online, make sure they know that I sent you in to Rotolo Chevrolet.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason in Ireland is next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
The Lakers no longer can be outspent. The guy who's now running the Lakers has had massive success running the Dodgers. The Dodgers have been to the playoffs 11 years in a row. They've been to the World Series 4 times. This is indescribably big news if you're a Laker fan.
It's just a titanic shift in the town.
The OGs of LA Sports Talk.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
And breaking NBA draft news for tonight. The Lakers are moving up in the second round of the NBA draft, acquiring the number 45 pick from the Chicago Bulls and trading the 55th and some cash. According to Shams at ESPN. We're talking about what it means for tonight. And don't forget, you can hear the second round of the draft starting at 4:30 p.m. today on 710 ESPN and the ESPN radio tile on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Breaking news on 710 ESPN is powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for coupons and locations.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC, powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing your schedule, responding to Jim's long emails, leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC starting at $749.99 at Dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
There was a doubleheader in August, and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
I got one for you.
What?
I'm going to break character here a little bit. I'm going to say something very positive about the Angels.
What?
Yeah. Angels are 40-40. They just swept the Red Sox. They're 500 at the halfway, just about the halfway point for them. They played 80 games. It's a miracle.
Yeah?
They were supposed to lose 100 games or more. They're supposed to be bad. They're not. They're in sniffing distance of not bad.
That's cool.
It's very cool.
That's very cool.
Okay? How about this? I looked at this morning. I'm like, that can't be right.
Yeah.
How about this? The Dodgers have had 16 different guys start a game for them on the mound, meaning pitch the first inning. Okay? Some of them have been openers. Many of them have not. Okay? They've had 16 people start the game for the Angels on the mound.
That's like way above league
leagues
average.
Baseball. It's the most. It's the most.
16 different pitchers.
16 different guys have started a game for the Dodgers on the mound.
Okay.
How many guys do you think have started a game for the Angels?
10?
It's a good guess. That's about what I would have guessed, too.
A dozen.
Okay. Em?
Yeah.
Did I tell you this morning?
9?
5.
Oh, hey. Okay.
Every single guy has taken his turn every single time.
Normal baseball. Yay.
That's crazy.
What's going on? What they got going on over there?
That's Yusei Kikuchi
Now you're talking.
Pitched 7 innings yesterday, struck out 12 guys, was awesome. Kikuchi, Anderson, Severino, Hendricks, and I'm blanking on the 5th guy's name. They've taken their turn every time in a sport that is being demolished by arm injuries. The Angels have had their 5 starting pitchers take their turn every single time all year long. That's crazy.
I knew someone had to be above it. Yeah, someone had to be above it. There's going to be a group of pitchers somewhere that are immune to the arm breaking down virus. Yes,
the Dodgers are not among the immune. They're the patient zero of this whole thing.
But good for them. Who's pitching?
It's probably the difference between, let's say, having 5 Camrys and having 5 Camaros in your garage. Okay, yes. The Camrys are going to take you further. You're going to get
More
where you
reliable.
need to be. They're reliable. Gas mileage is pretty good, but not the best. It's not going to break on you.
These are used Camrys in this analogy.
Sure.
These are Camrys that you're the third owner on.
Soriano, Anderson,
but if you had
Hendricks.
to go to a car show, you're not bringing your Camry with you.
No,
but you
the
are gonna
Dodgers
bring
have
your...
a garage full of Bugattis in the mechanic. Right?
Wow.
They've got these cars that are these exotic cars, but I can't drive them because they're broken all the time.
Isn't that disgusting?
Right?
A Rolls Royce that's missing a wheel.
Right.
That's terrible.
Right. The Angels are driving their used Camry every day, and it gets them to it works.
A Range Rover
But
on engine blocks.
Yeah.
In this scenario, you're a very rich person, so let's put the Bugatti
You buy a new
in
Bugatti.
the... Yeah,
You-
we're fine.
yeah.
Let's get the next one up.
How do you say this guy's name? Kakanowitz?
Oh, I don't know. That name is a
Jack
mouthful.
Kakanowitz.
Yeah.
5
guys.
COCH. Yeah, I'm looking. Hendricks, Anderson, Soriano I've heard of, and Kikuchi I've heard of.
Yeah.
Way to go. I knew somebody
5
would be able
guys.
to get out of there. Yeah, way to
Crazy.
go, Angels.
So the Dodgers, now the Angels are 40-40. That's a surprise. They've used 5 guys, which is a flat-out shock.
Yeah.
The Dodgers have played, and they have the best record in baseball. They're 50-31.
Yeah.
They've used 8 trillion starting pitchers, and yet here we are at the halfway point. They're tied with the Tigers for most wins. And I would argue, if we're giving them a letter grade through the first half of the season, I'd give them a B, maybe a B+. They've been okay, pretty good, but they certainly have not been at their best.
Anything less than an A minus. How about that? You can't give a B. They're in first. You can't give them a B. B is second place.
Yeah. No, not necessarily. Because I'm judging them against themselves. I'm not judging them based just where they happen to be. I'm judging them on expectations and each of their individual players' best performances.
Yeah, I'd give them an A minus. I think you're outside of who's doing it. You're pitching well enough to keep you in games, and you're hitting well enough to be in first place. That's a ball for me.
What's interesting to me is, other than Andy Pages and Will Smith, Ohtani, put him in there too. Other than those three guys, who's having a great year?
I thought Freddie was off to a hell of a start.
He's ice cold right now.
I know he's cold, but he was off to a hell of a start.
Yeah.
Max
Edmund isn't
Muncy,
what he was last year.
Yeah,
Muncy started cold. He's starting to heat up, or he's going back to Muncy land.
Yeah.
Perfect pick on minivan when you think of car and Max
American
Muncy.
minivan.
American minivan.
Breaks occasionally.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not a Honda. It's not a Toyota.
It's got some dents. It's got some dents.
But it does the job.
The lights work.
Yeah.
The blinkers work. Yeah. It won't get out of the way in the,
They're on
lane.
pace to win 100 games exactly, which is, because, again, this is why I think it's a B. At the beginning of the year, we're talking, they're going to win 115. No, they weren't. They're going to win 100. No, they're not. This stuff always tends to come back, but even 100 feels slightly less. I think Vegas had them at 103, something like that, that they're really good. They've played pretty well, but we have not seen them where that Bugatti is on the track.
If that B team turns into an A team in your mind, they're in first place.
They're 10 games clear of the next closest team.
Okay, so they're just way ahead
Which
instead
they
of ahead.
could do in this next period because they're going to play lesser competition. They did just go through kind of a gauntlet of playoff teams in the last month, and they came out of it looking pretty clean.
I think they went 17-11 in those 28 games.
Right, against teams that are going to be playoff teams or damn near close. And then this is now going to be a stretch in their schedule where they couldn't get that separation.
What is Mukai doing?
Mukai
is kind of he's putting along.
Yeah, that's a good description.
Not horrible. Yeah, okay.
Not horrible, but it's Mookie Betts. The goal is not to be not horrible if you're Mookie Betts. If you're Mookie Betts, the goal is to win the MVP.
Will Smith is killing it. I'm trying to think who's not.
Mookie.
Yeah.
Freddie.
Now.
Teo. And again, none of these guys are bad.
Fair.
They're just nobody's having a bad year, but they're just Edmund. Conforto's having a down year. Kim is, a work in progress. But there's a lot of guys that are just kind of like, their entire pitching staff, other than Yamamoto's like, it's okay. Their bullpen's been pretty good. But you put it all together and at least say, they're pretty good. They got the best record in the league.
Yeah. Would you give Dave an A for all these freaking arms that you have to go through and to keep this team around the top?
You know what I'll give him an A for?
What?
Yes is the answer to your question.
Yeah.
I love that he wanted to kick Mike Schild's ass. Because he wasn't playing like that. That was not because Dave. What do we think about Dave? He smile.
Yes.
Right. He's having a good time.
You know what that was?
Soft skills.
I don't fight, but I know I can whip your ass. I know I can whip you.
You don't get to hit him.
Right.
We're not doing this.
Yes.
Like and again, you could tell like that ball player streak came out in him. And I loved it because he's really good with the media. He's very thoughtful. He's very bright. He's good at the soft skills. He's good at massaging all of the things that go into the stuff that isn't, I'm going to break your damn neck.
Right.
And he showed that, and I loved it.
Even last night, too, he was mad about the game starting late.
Yeah.
And so he had his watch out, and he was like, come on,
I'm not sure if he's popping out against Coastal Carolina coach, though.
That dude's a badass.
I'm not sure if Dave is Dave might be more diplomatic.
I'm going to say this as a compliment. I think he is a diplomat, and I think he would try to avoid it. But I'll say this about Dave, and I'm going to say, I think he'd be going, I'm probably going to get the wrong end of this, but I'll do it anyway.
Okay.
I think
he may be a little more, but Mike Schilt, I know I can whoop you. You don't get to say that. Yeah, that's funny.
No, you don't. And you really don't get to say that about that because you've never stood in that box and had one of those thrown at you, brother.
Oh, my gosh. I would love to see that happen.
So shut up.
Thank you.
Or what was it? I'll beat you, or you know what?
You should give him an A, though, man. They're in first place. Don't be that guy.
Don't make me go over it again.
Don't be that guy.
So,
you're going to be that guy from New York.
You got a kid that got an IQ of 175, and he's showing up and he's getting 90 on math tests, but he could build a rocket ship. That's great? Or would you like to see him build the rocket ship?
That's different, though.
What's
That's my offspring. Come
What's
on. That's different. I see better in you.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. They're in first place, though.
Right. They should be more in first place. They
way out in front.
They should have.
Okay, Martin Kove. You see he's in trouble now.
What did he do?
You didn't see Martin Kove?
Mm-mm.
Please tell me you guys saw that. Martin Kove, Mr. Cobra Kai.
I know who he is.
He got in real life trouble for biting someone.
Biting?
Biting someone.
Who did he bite?
Crease.
Who
that
did
guy.
He bite?
Like Crease he may not be acting.
Who did he bite?
He bit a Cobra Kai co-star. It's been all over. You didn't see Martin Kove in trouble? Oh my God.
No.
Okay.
No.
When we go to break,
they were playing around.
Look it up.
Isn't he like 80?
And it's still John Crease.
Did he use his dentures to bite him?
Strike first, strike hard, no mercy
Alicia
served.
Hannah Kim.
Why?
Because he thought they were playing around.
That is a great question.
Yeah.
Yes. Why would you
When's
bite
the last time you bit someone?
Never. I've never bit anyone.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yes.
I mean, maybe like when my kids were little, you take their head and go.
Okay, well, yeah.
Like,
no.
I'm going to eat your toes.
Oh,
kind
my
of
God.
situation.
Crazy. Look at you. Don't
like
be Cobra
that.
Kai.
Daniel
Give him an
LaRusso should bite someone. Be the first interesting thing he's ever done in his life. Factor Cap is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Next Gen, the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Did you know that Next Gen, you know this, right? Incredible AC, incredible heating services, but they do plumbing too. How about that? I've had them out to do a water heater at my house, as a matter of fact. Noticing leaks around your house, that's never good, right? Clogged drains, also not good. Next Gen can help you with all of that. Plumbing problems, both large and small. For a limited time, NextGen's offering ESPN LA listeners a drain cleaning for just $88. That's a great deal. Expert technicians will work to clear even the toughest clogs. Plus, they can check your pipes for any other signs of damage. We're talking for things like slab leaks, the repairs, clogged drains, water filtration, everything you can come up with. NextGen, expert plumbing services, and high-quality work. Financing options at NextGen. They can come out every single day of the week. 7 days a week availability. So don't wait. Give them a call. Schedule that $88 drain cleaning today. 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN or nextgenairandplumbing.com.
It's a Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen all day for the cue to call, and you can win a pair of tickets to see Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez at the Honda Center on Saturday, June 28th. Just be caller number 7 when you hear that cue to call at 877-710-ESPN. Listen all day for your chance to win or get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. A Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Ignite your afternoons at Waba Grill's $5.
Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, where vapes are anti-aging. Because you're more likely to die younger from a stroke.
Hogue Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hogue Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hogue Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hogue. Learn more at HogueOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha. Nas, baby.
Okay, so one of the NBA draft happened yesterday, and something that's been having a little bit of chatter both on the Twitterverse but also on SVP's Sports Center was that why don't we just give the hats for the team that they're actually going to as the team, as opposed to the team that drafts them? So, for example,
funny.
like Kobe Bryant was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, but was going to be a Laker.
Right.
So, but imagine Kobe Bryant, and well, he did wear the Hornets hat, didn't he? Or I can't remember.
I feel like I've seen that. Yeah.
This is Scott Van Pelt last night on his Sports Center.
I'm going to go the emotion I loved. I'm going to scream about the hat situation. It's not any. I don't. The league's too smart to have the moment that they've waited their whole life for be a picture in the wrong hat. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know why they can't fix it. Jay, it's not your job to fix it. I want to ask you about the player.
All right, so you agree with Scott Van Pelt. They should wear the hat of the team they are actually going to suit up for. Travis Patrick hat.
Fact.
Really?
By a million.
Oh.
Like I just Googled it, and I thought I'd seen it. And it's a picture I remember. Kobe Bryant wearing a Charlotte Hornets hat just looks bizarre. He didn't play a single second for them.
Yeah.
He was a Hornet for 5 minutes. And only on paper.
If I'm them, I would keep reminding you of that.
No.
If I'm them, I would. Yeah.
No, you want to remind somebody being dumb enough to trade Vlade for Kobe Bryant?
At least I had him for a second.
It for history.
Oh,
you
my
didn't
God.
have him for a second.
Those pictures are funny, though. I mean, and
They're
I'm
funny,
I'm
but
sure they're valuable if you get the guy to sign it. You know?
Yeah, probably. Yes, the correct hat should be placed on their head.
DeMarco.
The college thing, it kind of jumped the shark with me. You have the kids and you got the hats.
Oh, yeah, that's goofy.
They put on
that's not what I'm
Florida,
talking about.
throw it. Yeah, I guess if you want to put the right hat on the right guy, but it's kind of funny.
Jorge?
Yeah, give them the right hat. But the NFL did something like that this year, where like they're walking towards the podium with the commissioner. They take the hat from the team they got drafted, they put it on, and they walk out. I mean, they should just do something like that.
But the trades don't really work the same way in
It's
NFL.
true.
Like you kind of get the trade before they get picked, and they have the right hat
this
there
isn't
for you.
where you got drafted. You think you're going to play for the Rams, and then 2 hours later you get traded to the Bears. It's like It's like we're going to pick this guy for you.
Because, like, for example, in NFL drafts, it'll be like, the Minnesota Vikings were picking third from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
And so you get the Vikings hat. You don't get the Steelers
Is there a
hat.
picture of Eli Manning with a San Diego hat?
Oh, yeah.
He has one at the jersey.
I would buy that.
It's
I
the
would
jersey,
definitely
and
buy
it
that.
looks like he's going to vomit.
I would buy that.
He looks sick to his stomach.
I want
It's a
that
great
in my
pick.
collection.
I want the Kobe Bryant Charlotte jersey.
Did that kid really say the F word last night when he got drafted by Toronto?
He did. It looked like he did. He shook it. Okay, so this guy got drafted from the Raptors, and he is going to hug his mom. But as he's going to hug his mom or his girlfriend, or I don't know who it was, but he goes to shake his head, and he goes, F.
Because he was disappointed.
We don't know why, but he said
Most likely.
That's
we don't know why.
But okay, so
It's cold,
He
man.
got caught telling the truth.
It's cold.
Yeah,
Last
that's
night,
an unfortunate situation.
another interesting thing was that the Brooklyn Nets, took 4 guards
Ooh.
Yeah.
in their draft.
Yeah.
What? So Brian
In the
Windhorst.
first round.
Brian Windhorst was on ESPN, and he was kind of being a little casual, talking about some news people have been giving him.
There's no way they can, again, field 5 rookies.
You want to bet?
Sure, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
No.
I got some people telling me some things about Brooklyn. People are making fun of these drafters.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I got people saying to me, executives and agents, they're like, and I was watching them play 3 two-way guys during this year so that they could clap for taking the guys in the 2020s.
Wow.
He's like, these two-way guys might be just as good as the guys that they're taking. I don't know anything about it. I'm just saying what people are saying.
You take 5 shots, one of them got to go in, right?
Wow.
We're not.
Sure. One of them has to go in for sure. But so last night, the Nets were getting laughed at, but Nico Harrison was getting booed by his own and saying "fire Nico" by his own fans. So my statement is: you would rather be booed than laughed at. Booed is fact. Laughed at is cap. DeMarco, fact or cap?
I don't want to be laughed at. So what is that?
Fact.
That's fact then. Yeah, I'd rather be. Of course, boo me. Please, I want to be the. I want to be the villain. Absolutely.
Travis?
Versus getting laughed at. Yeah.
Getting laughed at means people think you're stupid.
Yeah.
Getting booed means people don't like you. I can live with people not liking me, but I would not want people to think
Sounds
that
like
I'm
they're
an
a
idiot.
farm system. I'm taking all guards, and I'll corner the market at some point.
It's really also weird. That trade pieces. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
One of them might be worthwhile. You go trade it for something.
How
else.
far away are they from winning the championship anyway?
A million miles.
That's what I'm saying. I might as well.
If what Winor said is the guys they drafted are as good as the guys on two-way deals in the G League, then what sort of assets
that's
are
bad.
they?
Yeah, that's
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
Jorge?
I'm not wearing a hat, by the way. Speaking of hats from the last question, but I'd rather get booed.
Did you get robbed of your hats?
No,
I've known you 10 years. I've seen you without a hat like 6 times.
They're just the car.
Oh, okay.
Somebody kept telling me, you have hair under there? I'm like,
dude, now you have hair. You have good hair.
I have good hair.
I have to get used to the shape of your head.
Yeah, I'd rather get booed than laughed at. You guys laughing at me because I don't have my hat on.
For sure. There is something about it. Like, let's say you're like Brooklyn, you stink, right? Team's not any good. And not that this is a good idea, but is there something, and look, I'm going to take a bunch of one thing. I'm going to find, and let's use football as an example. I'm going to take 1 million quarterbacks. It's the most important position on the field. I don't have one. I'm going to take 4.
Why not?
If one of them's good, this is a good draft. And then I can move on from there. I mean, I guess there's a world in where it works out.
I always thought you should do that anyway. It's old school. Draft a quarterback, develop him. If he turns out to be pretty good, trade him.
Yeah.
Get something back for him. But you should always train quarterbacks. But if I was like from the moon to here from a championship, my draft strategy would be so crazy.
Really?
I'd take like 3 running backs in a row. I would not care.
To try to just collect
stockpile players until I get the right team that I need and I have assets. I don't know.
Could you have the right team that you need if you had a locker room full of running backs?
You have to pick the right guys. There can't be no doubt that all these guys are good.
One more. Make it all an NBA draft. Someone's name was read that is surprising last night. So Cedric Coward was selected in the draft yesterday to the Blazers. And when it was said on ESPN, this is how it was announced.
So the Portland Trailblazers select Colin Coward here. This is a young man.
They selected Cedric Coward. It's okay, Malika. You're reading a lot of names. It's not her fault. It is just a funny thing that happened. And Colin Coward said,
came true.
I got picked.
His dream came true.
Colin Coward tweeted out afterwards, it's like, I am going to add a lot of value to the Blazers.
That's
so, the statement is, Colin Coward should have gone up there. I assume he was not in Brooklyn, which he probably wasn't, but Colin Coward should have gone up there. Jorge Factor Cap.
Fact, just to make this, a better bit. And what if he takes a different hat, just add to that? Yeah.
Put on
he's traded to the Lakers or traded to Volume Sports Network or wherever he is now. Travis.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you were in the building, you said my name.
Heck yeah.
I came up. I thought that's who you picked. And Coward is an unusual last name.
You said call it me.
Right.
I'm picked. I'm playing basketball. Absolutely. That's your fault.
DeMarco, yeah. Same
Absolutely.
thing.
Fact. Yes, he should go up there.
You
drafted him.
Speaking of radio hosts, when I was working for Rome, we used to have Billy Beane on the show, the general manager for the A's, on our show. We became friendly with him. He would come on with us kind of regular. And he knew that I was a college baseball player. And this was when I first went to work for Jim, I was 23 or 4, so I was really young. And by the time we got to know Billy, I was like 25 or 6, right? So I was still a young person in halfway decent shape. My arm was quasi-functional.
Yeah.
And we were going to do a thing where he's going to let me come to spring training as like an undrafted walk-on kind of situation, and just as kind of a goof to do something.
Scared to death.
And we're like, really? We're going to do this? And so I'm like, I need to get back into shape. I need to start throwing and all these things. And it just kind of fell through the cracks. But yeah, there are times where you just kind of go out there on a goof. So if I'm Coward, out there and do it.
Why not? Get out there. You never know.
I'm like, I will not pitch to anybody that can hurt me.
Yeah, no doubt.
To tear my head off. And he's like, oh, that'd probably be everybody out there. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Factor Cap is brought to you by the law office of Joseph S. Normand. You have many choices in your legal team, but Joe, family always comes first. Call 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000. Little last man stand. You or me, Em? Which last man stand are we doing?
We got 2.
Do we want to rock, paper, scissors for it?
I'll lose, so we'll be doing Emily's rock.
Okay.
Let's do it. You want to do it right now?
Sure.
On 3?
Yep.
1,
rock,
2,
paper,
3.
scissors. Oh, rock, paper, scissors. You won.
I got it. All right, we're going to do mine. That means by rock, paper, scissors rules, you beat her. It's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Today, before I came here, I made a sandwich for myself, but I only had the heels of the bread to use, the heel.
Did you toast it?
I did not.
No, toasted heel is good. If you have like a loaf of bread, like a French bread, do you eat the butt?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, me too.
I don't. Yeah.
So do you eat that butt?
I love it. The heels, the butt, all of it.
Sedano and Cap weekdays at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking. Conforto Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going and going and going. Yes!
Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
And that sucks.
It's coming up, DeMarco. Listen all week to Sedano and Cap for your chance to win a pair of VIP tickets to the biggest pro wrestling convention. It's this Saturday, the 28th, Hilton LAX. Listen for your cue to call and be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN for 2 tickets with VIP access to LAX Fan Fest plus 1 autograph from
Ahmed Johnson.
Ahmed Johnson.
Sit
That's
out
right.
powerbomb.
Listen to Sedano and Cap for your chance to win or visit fanfexlax.com.
I reserve my Jedi cool for pretty much everything. I could meet the presidents, I could meet heads of state, and I will be pretty cool. I mark out when I see my favorite wrestlers.
I know you do.
I mark out, and I could care less.
No, I like that. Like that, you are 100% in on that.
Yes,
yeah.
100%. I can't wait to meet this dude. You know why he lost his gig in wrestling?
I do not.
He got too big.
Too heavy?
Too big, yes.
Like muscular or
he was a
overweight?
muscular dude, and then he put on like a layer of fat.
Ooh.
So he was already huge,
Yeah.
and then he just got too damn huge. And he wasn't very safe.
Oh.
Like some of those moves, like when they say power bomb, he actually meant the power part. Like, you don't have to put me through the mat, man. We got to do this again tomorrow.
Yeah. We got to be in Salt Lake City in a couple of days.
And we got to drive.
Don't break my neck.
Right, from here.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. What's up, Em? All right, here we go. In honor of last night's NBA draft, this is NBA draft theme, last man standing. You know how the rules go, right? You keep saying one of the names on this list, last man standing wins. The number 1 pick in the NBA draft.
Oh,
gosh. There we go. This may be quick. Very quick. There's a few that you should get, but we'll see how long we
only have one.
Let's go back 10 years. You know what?
No. Come on, man. You got to open the whole thing up.
Ever?
Yeah.
How far back do you want to go?
Infinitum. I mean,
And
there's
then
only a
Travis,
few that I know.
To help you, there's Control F or Command F
Yeah.
on your thing that can help you find names.
Yeah, there's only a few that I'm going to know.
We're not going to go back to the 50s and 60s. We're going to go. We'll go back turn of the century.
Okay.
2000?
I was going to say birth year. That's even good. Okay, we're good.
All right, let's go 2000. DeMarco, go first.
No, you got to go beyond that. I need my birth year, 70s.
He sets the rules.
Oh
He's the
my
last man
God.
standing.
All right,
No, I'm gonna give him what he wants.
Come on.
Cooper Flagg.
Cooper Flagg is
There you
on
go.
the list.
There, I mean,
Okay, but what are we? What are we
I
doing
at least
for the
won one
parameters?
round.
We're gonna go turn of the century. We'll go 2000.
All right, great.
All right. Cooper Flagg last night. Correct.
Yes.
Emily.
That's all I got.
Paolo Banchero.
Oh, yeah. She's going more recent. Paolo Banchero, number 1 pick in 2022. Jorge.
I don't know. Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose, I believe, is correct. Derrick Rose, 2008 was the number 1 pick.
See, I was going to say Kwame Brown, but that's 90s, isn't it?
We're going. Kwame
Turn of the
Brown is in there.
Okay, Kwame Brown.
2001.
There.
Emily.
See, I only have a few.
LeBron James.
LeBron James is there. Yes. Emily. Or Jorge.
I got nobody else.
Sure you do.
Colin Cowherd.
No.
Michael Thompson.
Michael Thompson would be on the list if we went back a little further, but no, we're not going that far
can't
back.
go Kareem?
You're out. Nope. Guys, there's a lot of guys on this. on this.
25 guys.
Yeah. Shaq is correct.
Okay,
wait,
thank you.
Wait, let me check the year. No, Shaq's 92.
No, it counts. You said yes. Colin
No,
Cowherd
it doesn't
and
count
Shaq.
because he said it's from the turn of the century.
Oh, my God. Okay.
My yes guess was going to be Zion.
Zion's a good
Yeah.
choice. Zion's a good choice.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis
Anthony
is a good
Davis.
choice. Here we go from 2000.
Okay.
I'll rip through
Come on,
these really
guys.
quick. There's I was just going to go 10 years because there's only like 2 guys that you know, right? Or
Right.
at least
Zion.
For instance, can anybody tell me who was the first pick last year?
It wasn't
I
Wemby,
just said
right?
his
Wemby
name.
was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just said his name. Nope, it's not even there.
I can give you Cade Cunningham though. That was like 2021.
Cade Cunningham was 2021.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
Last year's number 1 pick, do you remember which team had the number 1 pick? The Atlanta Hawks
No
picked a man by the name of Zachary Ricochet, number 1 overall.
Ricochet?
Ricochet. That does sound familiar. to me.
Ricochet.
Anthony Edwards in 2020.
Can I get credit that I have like 5, 6 of them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Zion Williamson, 2019. DeAndre Ayton, 18. Going backwards. Markel
DeAndre
Fultz.
Ayton. Wow.
Ben Simmons, Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, Anthony Bennett, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, John Wall, Blake Griffin, Derrick Rose, Greg Oden, Andrea Bargnani, Andrew Bogut, Dwight Howard, LeBron James, Yao Ming, and Kwame Brown.
Okay. Well, you know the one
Emily
that's,
knows ball.
The one that's
Or
here.
you had the list open. Like last
I
time.
didn't.
Or like last time.
Bowie? No, that was
Sam Bowie was
drafted before Jordan. That was the dream that was drafted first.
And
Okay,
that
never
is,
mind.
I think, of all the things that you could say about Hakeem Olajuwon and his greatness, and there are many that you can say, the fact that no one ever complains that Jordan was taken after Hakeem tells you all you need to know about Hakeem, right? Sam Bowie, it's like, oh, Bowie went ahead of Jordan. Well, so did Hakeem. Nobody ever says that.
Yeah.
Right? That's how good Hakeem was.
No doubt. If they got Jordan, you got the dream. At least it's going 7. You know that.
Michael Olowokandi, Tim Duncan, Iverson, Joey Smith, Glenn Robinson, Chris Webber, Shaq,
dog.
Larry Johnson, Derek Coleman, going backwards.
So the reason why I was more familiar with it was because a Game of Games yesterday they did something similar to this, as well as I was listening to podcasts, and I do know it. But Jorge said yes, I did. The last one.
Last one, she was looking at the list from your last man stand.
No,
Oh.
because Travis, I put that on my rundown, and I had it on the screen for you. What our last man standing was, and so I just read it off the screen.
Do you have any idea what she's talking about?
The baseball one.
The baseball one that we had of the, I can't even remember what it was.
Travis is lost.
It's the last man standing from 2 days ago.
Okay.
I had put it. It was the odds for the next NBA champion.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I had it on my rundown in the morning. I literally had it on the screen for you that segment, and I was like, if Travis is doing this, I'm just going to go with what I have on the screen.
I just decided to be not Chimato.
Read a lot of things every day. I take in a lot of information.
Yeah.
If half of it sticks, that's pretty good.
I was just gonna say I won that one, and I'm happy about it. But I'm still up. 11.5 wins for Emily.
Never Nervous Purvis Ellison, the number 1 pick in the 1989
Purvis.
draft.
Never nervous
Clark
is a good
W. You kept
nickname.
you kept it on the road.
Yeah. David Robinson, Brad
David
Doherty,
Robinson, okay.
Patrick Ewing, Ralph Sampson,
Who was
UVA.
number 1
Shut
in
up.
1989? Does that have it by year?
That's Never Nervous Purvis.
That was 89?
That's 89.
I think that might be UVA's only number 1 overall pick. I do think that DeAndre Hunter was number 2. Was a Lakers. Speaking of this whole thing we talked about, where Lakers quote unquote picked him, but then he went to the Hawks.
How about 93? One more time. 93. College. Senior.
Weber.
Weber was the guy.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Chris Webber.
Chris Webber.
Pretty good player.
Yes.
Very good player.
Oh, yes.
Not as good as Shohei Ohtani. I got some thoughts coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
And it is a Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Here's your cue to call. Be caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN, and you win a pair of tickets for Saturday, June 28th at the Honda Center to see Jake Paul to take on Julio Cesar Chavez. Caller number 7 right now wins. Listen all day for your chance to win or get your tickets right now at Ticketmaster.com on a Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Do you really think you've experienced real sports excitement in your home? It's Mace here, and I'm here to tell you to get off your couch and get into Cosm. Cosm is the ultimate immersive fan experience. The Dome at Cosm, massive 87-foot wraparound display with reserved booth-style seating. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall screens where you can watch multiple games at the same time. Incredible food, craft cocktails, beer available throughout Cosm. Go to Cosm.com to see all the sporting events coming up, and now showing The Matrix at Cosm.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Take me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Waba Grill, keeping it real every day for you.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
And breaking NBA draft news for tonight. The Lakers are moving up in the second round of the NBA draft, acquiring the number 45 pick from the Chicago Bulls and trading the 55th and some cash. According to Shams at ESPN. We're talking about what it means for tonight. And don't forget, you can hear the second round of the draft starting at 4:30 p.m. today on 710 ESPN and the ESPN radio tile on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Breaking news on 710 ESPN is powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for coupons and locations. Mason and Ireland on 710.
The biggest show on the radio.
First of all, the buses did not have the money that Mark Walter has. Yeah. Mark Walter is jumping about 10 levels.
He's worth $6 billion.
Yeah, the buses' money was all tied up within the Lakers. This influx of capital, we're not talking about players. Players do operate under a salary cap.
Yep.
We're talking about everything else. The rest of the league is reacting to this news.
They should be terrified.
They are.
Yeah.
Because now they realize the Lakers are a have when they've been a have-not.
Yep.
It's money to upgrade your facilities and your broadcast deals and your scouting department. Instead of having Rob run the whole department, the whole front office by himself, I would imagine eventually we're going to have like the Council of Elders.
Smartest guys in the room.
That the Dodgers have.
Mason and Ireland coming up today at noon
on 710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Dang.
Guess it was Messi's birthday yesterday?
Happy birthday.
38 or 39?
38?
Yeah. He got a Smurf cake. The grumpy Smurf.
Wait, yeah. How did Messi celebrate his birthday?
Cake and ice cream.
Yeah, exactly.
And what did he sound like?
I don't want a Smurf cake. I want a Gargamel cake. And I want it with ice cream and fruit punch. And I want to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
What the heck is going on?
That's Messi.
That's the way he sounds?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. We've done this 100 times.
I've never heard that before until
Yes,
right
you
now.
have.
No,
He's done his Messi voice
I
a
haven't
million
been scarred
times.
about Yeah, I've never heard that before. That's my first one.
Maybe you've blacked
That's
out.
your Messi
At least
voice?
your 30th one.
Your Messi voice? I've never heard you do Messi until right now.
No, you've heard it before.
You want to see him do it again?
Yeah, do it again.
No.
I want a
No,
garden
no.
cake. I want ice cream.
Wow. He's 38?
Happy 38th, 39th.
How much longer can he do this?
Maybe another 2 years. World
Is he
Cup.
still the best?
I
No.
think so. I mean, Lamine Jamal's coming
Dude,
up. That
okay,
kid is
so I keep
killing
showing
it.
him stuff that I think is wow, like Messi stuff, soccer stuff, and he's never impressed.
I mean, I've seen that
He's
stuff.
never
No,
impressed.
because I've seen that stuff. I was impressed the first couple times I saw it. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but it's just I've seen
Dude
that stuff.
dribbled between three
Yeah.
people. Like, just but gone, and like, look at that. He's like, yeah.
I don't know how to calculate that stuff because I've never played a single second of soccer in my life. I don't know how hard it is because when I watch it, it literally looks impossible.
Move a ball between three men without using your hands.
It literally looks impossible to me.
Yes.
Like when you watch Paul Skeens throw up who calls it splinker.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it, but I kind of understand the general idea of how he gets it to do that.
Right.
But when I watch somebody like Messi or Ronaldo or one of those guys, it's like I can't even calculate in my brain the degree of difficulty.
Unreal. Yes. Crazy.
It is a Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen all day for your cue to call. Be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN to win a pair of tickets to Paul Chavez Jr. It is this Saturday, June 28th, Honda Center in Anaheim. Listen for your chance to win, or you can get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Straight right or left hook? Which one would you pick?
Left hook.
Left hook?
Yeah.
A clean left hook? And
As
it's
the
just
knockout
cold?
shot?
Yeah. How about a left hook to the body and he can't get up?
Nah.
And then we get to a 10 count. He just can't make it back up. That would,
Are you talking about Jake Paul to Chavez or Chavez to Jake Paul?
Chavez hitting him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
left
A
hook,
good
left
left
hook.
hook
Yeah,
to the body where you couldn't get up. That would be great.
Any chance?
Nah.
Might. You are
they
messing
told-
with somebody's bloodline
He told
now.
Mike to kind of slow it down because he hurt him in the first. You know that. Mike had to slow it down.
That's what I mean.
It felt like it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The guy's got fighting in his blood. It may come out. Who knows?
What if the lights go out like in Ocean's 11
No.
and they're actually trying to rob the
Wow.
Honda Center?
Wow.
You know, part of that movie that never kind of like I'm like that just wouldn't happen. When I forget who it was, but it's Danny Ocean, George Clooney, slips the cell phone into her pocket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially then, cell phones are heavy.
You would feel the
You
weight
would
of something
feel
in your
the
pocket.
weight of something in your pocket that was not there.
I
before.
wonder if I had the overcoat on, could you slip something in there without me knowing?
think?
Maybe.
One of those old ass phones from the late 90s.
Yeah, not one of the big
It was
ones.
like a Nokia, so it was not like a big
flip
old
phone?
You
big
might
ass
be
one.
able
but
to. You may one of the smaller
Not
ones.
one of the Zach Morris.
No, not a big
brick
one.
phones from
Do
back
you know
in the day.
Lewis got knocked cold after that movie? His next fight. That's why he got knocked cold. He was doing the movie instead of training. Hasim Rahman knocked him out.
Is that who it was?
Right after that, yes.
I met him a handful of times. I don't know if I've ever met Lennox Lewis. I'm talking about with bigger hands in my entire life. His hands were the size of catcher's mitts.
A giant.
He's a huge guy. Like he's 6'5". He's a big guy. But his hand felt like it was like this big.
He is a giant.
Have you shaken Shaq or Kawhi's hands?
Not Kawhi. I have shaken Shaq's hands, but Shaq's 7'3", so his hands are proportionate to the size of his body. Like Lewis, it's like whoa,
he's huge.
Just unbelievable. I've never shaken hands with Shohei. I would like to check that box at some point. What did you hear being conversated about this morning?
Okay, so I was listening to Rich Eisen, and him and his crew were talking about both Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
Kind of like what we've talked about before, which is the bust test. Like if today, if God forbid something happened, they didn't play anymore after today, would they be Hall of Famers? And
Ohtani and Judge?
Ohtani and Judge.
Yes.
So Rich was like, I think Ohtani would be a Hall of Famer because he went on and listed every individual accolade that Ohtani has, things that we've never seen done in a centuries-old sport. His producer said that he doesn't think that Ohtani would be a Hall of Famer because he had to join a super team, quote unquote, in order to win a ring. Individual accolades are one thing. Team success didn't always match up to his individual accolades, and he doesn't want to turn the MLB
Let me tag in.
Hall of Fame into the NBA Hall of Fame, which has too many people in it.
Get him.
I'm going to give this person the benefit of the doubt that they were playing radio. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that hey, look, guys, if we're going to have this conversation, someone's got to say the dumbest thing and the wrongest thing that's ever been said.
That's funny.
Because the argument that Shohei Ohtani, if he just woke up this morning and said, you know what? I don't ever want to play baseball ever again.
Yeah.
I've had enough. Start the clock 5 years from today, he goes into the Hall of Fame.
No argument.
And nobody that has watched what he has done, nobody that has watched anything or knows anything about baseball would argue otherwise. Mm-hmm. Because there is one person in the history of baseball that has won the MVP award more than 3 times. One person. It's Barry Bonds. He's won it 7 times. Probably should have been 10.
Another superhuman.
Right. Then there's the following list of people that have won it 3 times. Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, Alex Rodriguez, Mike Schmidt, Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, Roy Campanella, Stan Musial, Joe DiMaggio, Jimmy Fox, and Shohei Ohtani.
Yes.
That's it.
That's the list.
That's the list.
That's the list.
Anybody on that list sound like somebody that's not in the Hall of Fame?
So he tried to say super team. That was his argument.
And that, DeMarco...
I just want to hear this. So the super team. So he joined the Dodgers and he became great because he's here? Is that what I'm hearing?
He says that the ring that he has to put him into the Hall of Fame was gotten when he had everything given to him on a super team. He did his individual accolades did not turn into wins for the Angels when he had Mike Trout, another Hall of Famer, on his team.
I mean, that's pretty good, I guess. That might work.
No, it's not.
I mean,
no, it's not.
It's a valiant effort.
So we're taking Ted Williams out of the Hall of Fame?
See, there you go. I'm just trying
to keep
the door open.
So we're going to take
trying
Barry
to keep
Bonds.
the door open.
Barry Bonds
He's not going to get Hall of Fame.
We're going to take Ernie Banks out of the Hall of Fame. We're going to
saying.
take Andre Dawson out of the Hall of Fame. We're going to take Dale Murphy out of the Hall of Fame.
I'm not him.
Dale Murphy's actually not him. But baseball is the one sport where you have the least amount of control of whether you go to the World Series or not.
Very true.
You are a part of the collective. That baseball is the one sport. In basketball, LeBron James touches the ball every time. Michael Jordan touches the ball every time. Magic Johnson touches the ball every time.
Yes.
Kobe Bryant touches the ball every time. And when it comes down to that moment, we have to get a bucket right now. Kobe gets the ball.
Right.
Cool. That's how it works. That's basketball.
Shohei has to be up.
I have to be up.
Right. Right.
And my teammates can't be
Or
so
close to being
god-awful
Right.
that we don't play a meaningful game for 3 months.
Yes.
I have no control. This is why I think my rule should be put into effect, where you should be able to bat a guy one time wherever you want. That's another conversation for another day.
That'd be fun.
I think so, too. Baseball is the one sport where great players not only don't win the World Series, they frequently don't come within, close to it. It happens frequently.
Whose opinion was this? Is he a New York guy?
It was a producer on Rich Eisen. I believe they are in L.A. currently.
Yeah.
So
In LA.
it's a guy who I don't know his background.
Maybe he's an Angels fan. He's upset.
He should love Shohei Ohtani if he's an Angel fan. He's the only thing that was there along with Trout for 6 years that was fun to watch.
I wouldn't love Shohei now.
He
if I was an
won a
Angels
couple
fan.
of MVPs. He started the All-Star game as the designated hitter and the pitcher. What else do you want? What did he do wrong for the Angels?
The only
Nothing.
thing I want to see Shohei do now is just pitch deeper, pitch more. That's it.
It's funny you say that. I agree with you. I think there's one more box, and Shohei Ohtani is going to the Hall of Fame. If you think no, then you're wrong, and I'm just going to leave it at that. There's one thing left that Shohei Ohtani could do that would actually elevate him to a different level.
This is not the cycle bet, is it?
No.
Oh,
different.
okay.
That's just a weird confluence of a day.
Okay, well,
this
I
is
gotta
not
hear.
that.
Okay.
Win a Cy Young Award. That's the last thing. And by the way,
we had this discussion, and I said it, and I asked you. I don't think you answered me. I said you were telling me he's one of the best pitchers in the game.
He is when he's healthy. Yeah.
And I said Cy Young Award worthy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. If he can doing double duty. I just think it's too much to ask.
What's the cutoff? Like 170 innings?
I don't think there is a cutoff. It's like when you look at it right now, there are a couple of guys that are clearly the best pitcher in baseball.
Yeah.
Right? It's Paul Skeens, it's Tarek Skubal. There's a couple other guys you could throw in there. That dude
Closers
for the Brewers. Occasionally, but not very often.
Okay.
But occasionally they do.
Yeah.
But when it's Justin Verlander, it's like, oh yeah, it's him. It's Kershaw, it's Scherzer. Like they're out there. It's obvious. He could do that. To where maybe he doesn't throw 220 innings. Maybe he doesn't strike out, 250 guys, but every time he goes out there, he shoves it down your throat.
Right. Well,
and he's certainly capable of that. The question is, does he pitch enough to do it? Does he get 25
Remember that thing
starts.
you said about stars not coming within like striking distance of, or not the reason you win or lose sometimes?
In baseball.
Except for him. Because if he's pitching like that and hitting, he is the guy you can't avoid, period. He can shove it and he can hit it.
But we've seen him in the Angels, and they were lousy, and he was doing that.
Well, that's where the other part of the argument actually is valid.
But
he's got help here.
What I'm getting at is he does have here.
Yeah.
But he could go 25-0 on the mound and be on a bad team.
True.
Yes. It's just
we've seen that before.
Steve Carlton one year won like 27 games on a team that won like 65 games.
Yes.
We've seen good pitchers on bad teams, but that's like I picture Ohtani kind of sitting wherever Ohtani lives. I don't even know. In his house in the offseason, like, wonder what I could do. Like 2 years ago, it's like, okay, I'm not going to pitch this year. I wonder if I could do a 50-50. You know what? I'm going to try to do 50. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm going to do 50-50. And then this year it's, hey, I wonder if I could start the All-Star game on the mound and also do home run derby. And it's like, yeah, I'll go do that. And I wonder if during one of these seasons I'm going to split my time a little differently this year. I'm going to split, instead of it being 50-50, I'm going to make it 55-45. And I'm just going to dig in a little bit more on the pitching side. I'm going to try to go win the damn Cy Young. Anybody betting against him?
I would love it. I would. That's a philosophical question for you as a baseball fan.
Okay.
Cy Young stuff, unhittable guy, or Bonds. You can only have one to win a World Series.
Well, I don't think either one. If you're telling me which player is my first pick in the draft,
which way would you go?
Bonds.
You take the hitter.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. He plays every day.
If I might take the unhittable dude.
He's only going to pitch 25 times at best.
True.
They play 160 games. I'll take 160 games of Bonds or even 30 games of prime Kershaw or 162 games of prime Bonds.
Yeah.
I'm taking Bonds.
If you mix the two, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
boy.
that's what's so terrifying about this dude, because it's not. He's not Bonds, because nobody's Bonds. But it's close.
Bonds-like. Yeah.
He's not Pedro Martinez, but he's close.
It's of the same game plan.
But he joined a super team.
Yeah.
Well, the part of that's valid. He did join the Dodgers. You are guaranteed to get more help than you did for the Angels.
Oh, sure. But
a
that
better
doesn't
plan and better players.
But his
that does help.
level of greatness was not elevated. He just joined more greatness.
Yeah.
His level.
His greatness isn't being wasted.
Right. He's a 10 of 10, whether he's on the Dodgers or whether he's on the Chicago White Sox.
Okay. What's the dude's name with the crazy opinion? Who started this whole mess?
I don't know his name because I'm not a regular listener of the Rich Eisen show, but it's the producer. I believe his name is Chris.
Keep the door open. That's a pretty good point.
Which part?
The Dodgers are helping him some. You can't just discount the Dodgers completely.
How do they help him?
Well, they're great. They're good. They have a plan. They have great players.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, not just one.
No, he helps them win a bunch of games. They're winning a bunch of games before him, but his greatness is not affected at all by his teammates.
No, but it's supplemented and it's not wasted.
It's not wasted.
So
I
even
agree
if
with
you
that.
don't waste it, that's still
it's not wasted.
Yeah,
that part I'm with you on.
Yeah,
but
it may not be like spurring it, but it's definitely not. You're not wasting it. You're getting everything out of it.
50-50 it on the Rockies.
You think he could? 5-0, 5-0 on the Rockies?
There's not a baseball team in the world he couldn't do it on.
It's got to be a benefit for him to be on the Dodgers.
There is. I mean, he's got protection and all these other. If anything, though,
you can go 5-0 with the Rockies.
He could do more because
we're
not trying to win the game. We're just trying to go put up bananas numbers.
Just him. He's just doing what he does.
That's kind of like that would be fascinating.
Shohei be selfish?
Like, hey, look, we're going to lose 100 games.
Yeah.
Angels. Like, let's just go for it.
Go put on a show. Yes. That'd be great.
50-50s. Stupid. Clayton Kershaw getting ready to pitch here less than an hour from now, 8 Ks away. Is he still really good? That's coming up next. It's Trav DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's D4 here. Like I said earlier, you can play your perfect combo at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino. This is going to be our spot. I love it. You feel like you're away from home. It's great. You don't have to be stuck in traffic. You can be in the best casino resort in Southern California in less than 1 hour, fellas. Pechanga gives all guests the amenities they expect of a world-class resort. Exceptional entertainment. Diamond Dave is coming. That's all for me. Dining, spa. You can bring a suit. You can bring shorts. They got you covered. There's 1,100 hotel rooms and suite. The casino floor is massive. There's 20 bars. There's a golf course. They've got you covered. It makes Pechanga Resort Casino one of the largest resort casinos in the country. So come see why people are saying, like Newsweek and USA Today, they voted Pechanga Resort Casino the best casino outside of Las Vegas. So if you like to lounge poolside, if you like to play blackjack, Pechanga Resort Casino is waiting for you now. Visit Pechanga.com or call this number, 888-PECHANGA, 888-PECHANGA to book a reservation or for more info. Also, follow them on Instagram at Pechanga Casino.
And breaking NBA draft news for tonight. The Lakers are moving up in the second round of the NBA draft, acquiring the number 45 pick from the Chicago Bulls and trading the 55th and some cash, according to Shams at ESPN. We're talking about what it means for tonight. And don't forget, you can hear the second round of the draft starting at 4:30 p.m. today on 710 ESPN and the ESPN radio tile on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Breaking news on 710 ESPN is powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for coupons and locations.
Everyone knows Earl Hershiser has won numerous awards for his performance on the field. But off the field, he's a great humanitarian, a true friend and partner of mine, and a real bulldog when it comes to business.
Baseball taught me to work hard and respect people. Rotolo Chevrolet does both, and that's why I joined the team.
Rotolo Chevrolet has been Dealer of the Year for 12 straight years. Like Earl, we know something about winning.
I believe they call that a dynasty.
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Hey, it's John Ireland. If you've been searching for an energy drink that actually works without the crash or junk, look no further than Pro Baller Energy. Made with clean ingredients and natural caffeine, it gives you a smooth, focused boost, whether you're at work, on the golf course, or just need a pick-me-up. It's energy you can feel good about, and the limited edition Lakers can makes it even better. Find Pro Baller at Costco, Amazon, and select convenience stores today. Try it and see why champions choose clean energy.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global Campus awarded over $21 million in scholarships to qualified students, including community college students, service members, veterans, and working adults. Now is the time to move your career forward with an online and accredited skills-based education. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
So did he just post this, Em?
Yeah, like literally like less than a minute ago.
So Steve Mason, just posted pictures from his vacation in Costa Rica of him inner tubing down this river, but that looks awesome, by the way.
It looks fun.
He looks less than 100% comfortable doing it, but it does look like a lot of fun.
Is it like dangerous or just fun?
It looks
like, is it like a
mildly dangerous,
like a water park, or is he going down with rocks and stuff?
It's natural
this
water.
is the real deal.
Yeah. There are rocks, but there's also
terrified.
a guide that's helping him. They wouldn't put him in danger. First picture, it's him on the tube, which I'm assuming is Juan behind him, and he has his arms out and looking like he's holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
Second picture, he's nearly fully submerged, having to be rescued by a guide. And the third picture, he's walking away. Woof, I made it.
Have you ever done any whitewater rafting?
Yeah, man.
It's so much fun.
It is.
It is.
I had a moment.
So I've only done it once. Where did you do it?
The American River
in Sacramento.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's the one and only river. There's a river in Missouri that everybody goes to. And yeah. But fun, a lot of fun.
Incredible.
I love
fun.
rafting.
Yeah,
I do like rafting, just chilling with the coolers. And
also, there's nothing better than that.
And it's also fun when you test yourself, but it is scary.
So we did it in Montana one summer and the water was not running super fast, but it was running fast enough to where the boat would kind of get bounced around a little bit and go over the rocks. Exhilarating.
It's a blast.
Everyone's wearing helmets and life jackets, right?
Yeah. And before you launch the raft, they give you hey, if you do fall off the boat, here's how you get back in. Here's how we're going to reach you with the oar and the paddle and all that stuff. So you're like, this is going to be pretty hairy. It wasn't. It was like on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like just a flat lake and 5 being I think I'm going to die. It's a 2.5.
yeah.
But it was so relaxing.
I think that's vacation.
Then you have to put your foot inside that little pocket on the raft.
Well, you're kind of sitting on the side of the raft, and you're trying to paddle the girl. I use the term "girl" on purpose. She was over 18, but
they're typically college kids.
Not much. She could not have weighed more than 115 pounds.
Oh boy.
Okay, it's me, my entire family, and Sarah, Bobby's girlfriend. So there's 6 of us in this raft. Okay? 6 adults in this raft, and this 20-year-old girl who weighs 110 pounds is steering this whole damn boat and in total control of it.
Really?
She goes,
nice.
I go over the side at one point to just kind of float down the river next to the boat. And she's like, you ready to get back in? I'm like, yeah. She goes, okay, I'll pull you in. I'm looking at her going, honey, I got 140 pounds on you. There's no way you're pulling me out of this one. Whoop! Onto the boat.
Yes.
Incredible.
A gymnast. Yeah.
My friend's fiance does do white water rafting in Yellowstone and like through the park and everything. But he says it's the best job he has. It's so fun.
That's vacation. Yeah.
I did it in Colorado 3 times. The last time I did it, we flipped over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you get scared?
Oh, heck yeah, I did.
I bet you did.
But you have to keep calm and whatnot.
Mace looks like he's having a grand time. If you do not follow Venice Mace on Instagram, it is a great follow because he's always got the vacation content and it's fruitful. Let's just say that.
He looks like he's having a good day.
He sure does.
He looks
like my kid's camping. I just thought about that.
Where's she camping?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like camping or glamping?
They're going camping. They're going camping somewhere out there to celebrate.
Like in the dirt?
Yeah. She told me on Tuesday she'd be out of incommunicado until today.
Do you share your locations with each other?
She already did, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. But
do you like to camp?
I do.
You do?
Except I got one thing that will drive me out of a tent and right back home is those mosquitoes.
Oh.
I'm not going to deal with the bugs.
Okay.
So as long as we do it and do it right, I love camping. I love the outdoors.
Okay.
But I'm not going to sit up there and get eaten up all night.
I like to be outside. I like to be in the mountains. I like to be along a lake, lake bed, a river stream. All great. Can we just go to a hotel when we're done?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like I just don't want to sleep. In the
like
woods.
do the lunch and the dinner. Do the campfire songs.
Spend all day out there.
And then go sleep somewhere in a
hotel.
Okay. You've seen the show Alone?
I don't think
when they stick you out in the middle of nowhere and you're by yourself.
Idea of it,
yeah. I could do that for like maybe 2 days.
Oh,
I need.
But
that's it. Yeah.
Not only do I
for
want a
a year.
hotel, I want a 4 seasons.
There you go. I see.
Okay, bougie.
Yeah. Look, if I'm on vacation, I want to go do something comforting.
Here's where you go to the there's a Snake River Lodge in Jackson Hole that is right up against the Tetons, and so you can go do your national park stuff,
come back and
then come back there and have a beautiful view.
Have a maid.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and
room service.
I want the Westin bed when I call it a night, and I get in there and it's nice and soft and comfortable.
You know what they call bears? Nature's maids.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's the opposite. They trash your camp.
Yeah, they're. I was watching on it the other day. There was somebody that was taking a video out of the front seat of their car with the window down, which just went like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
a grizzly bear the size of a tank walking down the street.
He was trying to feed it.
No, I've seen that one too.
That one?
This one,
okay.
it was just DeMarco. This bear was as big as this room.
I don't know why you would do it.
And it's like, why is your window down? Drive away as fast as you can. Get the hell out of there.
They just had this thing I saw where it's safe distance to be away from these different animals, and the bear by far was like 80 yards.
Or a bison.
Yeah, you got to be completely out of the way of this thing.
Yes.
No, Tigers even shorter.
I'm not doing that. Clayton Kershaw pitches today. Dodgers-Rockies final of the 3-game series. 45 minutes from right now, give or take. Kershaw, 8 short.
Yeah.
Think he can get it today? Colorado's just such a wacky spot.
Not in Colorado.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not
either.
in Colorado. Not in Colorado. I'd love to see him do it,
Me
though,
too.
but not in Colorado.
Me too. It's coming, and he's been healthy, so he's going to get more starts. He's chipping away here and there. He had 7 against the Cardinals a little while ago, so that was kind of a big day.
I don't know why I care about his strikeout record.
I
don't know why.
Because very, very few people have struck out 3,000 people. It's a very exclusive group.
He cares.
Okay, I mean, when he crosses it, are you going to remember the day? Is it Freddie Freeman territory?
I'll remember that he got in. No, of course not, because it's not a World Series game. But I'll remember he entered the club. I might not remember the hitter or where, but I'll know that he's in it.
And he's not necessarily passing somebody. He's not passing somebody in order to get to 3,000. It's just the round number of 3,000 plus.
It's not stop the game 2,000 yards. You just broke a record. Right?
It might be stop the game.
You think it might be stop the game?
It's definitely stop the game.
But it's just...
It's definitely stop the game.
Stop the game and take your hat off, carry him away?
They're not going to roll out the podium for him to do a speech or anything, but it will be on the scoreboard with that strikeout number 3,000. The ball will get thrown out. His uniform will get saved, like all of that kind of stuff.
Ricky broke a record. He took the base,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
and that was
awesome.
it. Okay.
That was
stop the
today,
game. Right.
I am the great. So good.
Yeah.
So good. He steals, it was third base.
Yes.
He picks up, he's got the pit
Macho
Vipers
Man.
on.
Yes, there you go.
And he holds it up today. When you used to think of the greatest, you thought of Lou Brock. Today, I am the greatest. It was the quintessential Ricky moment.
Perfect.
Kershaw is going to do something like that, but they will definitely stop the game. I don't think it'll happen today
I can't
either.
remember the last stop the game moment in baseball.
Shohei's 50-50.
Was that a stop?
Yeah.
I guess that was.
That
a
was
stopper.
definitely a stop the game.
Yeah.
Trying to see here.
Barry, McGuire.
Honestly, anybody's 40-40, you're going to stop the game for the 40-40.
Yeah, he'll become just the 20th person to ever do. They've been playing this game a long time. Only when your list is only 20 names long, and you look at all these, they're basically all Hall of Famers.
I hope he gets it for the respect. I just have a lot of respect for him, hanging in there, being a great teammate. That guy.
You guys said definitely not in Colorado because of just the nature of that
and
venue.
8's a lot.
8's a lot, and the nature of the venue. Even if he pitched tomorrow in Colorado, which I know he wouldn't because
How
of
does
rotation.
he pitch in Colorado? That's got to be hard for a pitcher like him.
Well,
even more so.
Yeah.
I'm saying this because I think it's interesting to think about the venues in American sports that might have the most impact on the game being played. Do you get what I'm saying?
Colorado,
so like Colorado with the thin
couldn't
air
agree
and the
more.
shape of the stadium. Maybe we can talk about this on the other side. Other stadiums that really have an impact on the play of the game.
AFC North Ball.
Let's talk about that.
You guys know it snows, right?
It does, but it's not the only place it snows, right? Colorado is a house of horrors. That place is just all. And the crazy thing is, it's a beautiful ballpark.
Yes,
it's a beautiful spot, but. No, it's where pitchers go to die. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. I think you've heard me say many, many times, and I can certainly appreciate you got a lot of choices when it comes to your legal team, but when it comes to being in an accident and knowing that somebody is on your side that's going to treat it like it's a member of their own family, I can speak firsthand to the law office of Joseph S. Normand and how they treat you and how they make you feel and the comfort that comes along with knowing that you have an expert on your side that's going to treat it like it's happening to them, like it's happening to a member of their family. And that's what happens with Joseph S. Normand. So if you've been injured in an car accident, or if you've just been injured, right? You've been injured at work, you've been interested in a store or injured in a store, whatever it might be, call Joe, because the stress and that overwhelming feeling, Joe's going to help you with all of that. He's going to make sure you get the compensation that you deserve. He's going to work tirelessly to get you what you are entitled to. So give Joe a call, 213-747-2000. He's helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. So do not try to do this by yourself. Do not trust your insurance company. Call Joe, 213-747-2000. Put it in your phone right now. I know, I'm in an accident, right? You know, wait, 213-747-2000 and normandlegal.com. And when you call, make sure he knows that I sent you in.
And it is a Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Here's your cue to call. Be caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN, and you win a pair of tickets for Saturday, June 28th at the Honda Center to see Jake Paul to take on Julio Cesar Chavez. Caller number 7 right now wins. Listen all day for your chance to win or get your tickets right now at Ticketmaster.com on a Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Pacific Palms Resort, LA's Hilltop Hideaway and #1 work and play resort, provides opportunities for all travelers and locals. Enjoy restful accommodation, dine in the Red Restaurant with an expansive outside patio, or pamper yourself and relax at the spa. Hit the links at one of their 2 championship courses, the Babe and the Ike. Pacific Palms Resort is the perfect choice for a Los Angeles venue for your business meetings, weddings, and big events. Enjoy a beautiful staycation or family holiday at their Hilltop property. Book your stay at LA's #1 work and play resort today at PacificPalmsResort.com.
Hey, it's Mace. In tough times, a lot of people find themselves owing money to the IRS. It can really weigh you down, and you're confused about the right way to handle it. And all those scary ads on the radio about the IRS, they don't help. Tax relief advocates want you to relax, knowing that whether you owe $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS another day. TRA has a proven 3-step tax resolution process, plus they're experts at working with special programs available from the IRS to help taxpayers get back on track. Easy to see why they have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. If you owe money to the IRS and feel trapped, don't lose hope. Tax relief advocates could reduce or even eliminate your debt. End your tax nightmare today. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Again, 800-575-1482.
Level up your summer projects with 4th of July savings on top brand cordless power tools from the Home Depot. Whether you're working on a fence, a planter box, or a new workbench, get the power and runtime you need with the Ryobi One Plus 18-volt 2 toolkit from the Home Depot for only $99, was $139. Get 4th of July savings on the cordless power you need to make summer projects easier than ever. Right now at the Home Depot.
What? All the budget has to be used now? And we can use all the media buy?
Javier's marketing firm just got its dream funding.
Okay, ideas. Bobbleheads. No. T-shirt cannon. I seriously need some help here.
He needs to find marketing managers who are worth every dollar.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsoring a job on Indeed gives it a visibility boost, so you can hire faster. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
First thing you think of when you hear this song?
Irish dudes jumping around in a bar.
Is it Wisconsin?
I took a wrong turn. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think it's Wisconsin. This is their hype up song going to the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that started in a bar. Like there's not a 30 for 30, but I saw an ESPN feature about how they turned this into their thing, and now they jump around.
Nuts.
That's what they do. NBA draft, free agency, the offseason, every moment of what make the purple and gold. On the biggest offseason in history, we have your dose of what's next, thanks to Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. So, Dodgers playing the Rockies today. Hopefully they get the sweep. Baseball's weird. Who knows what happens? But Coors Field, you asked an interesting question this morning. I never really thought of it like this. Of all of the Major League Baseball stadiums, of all the football stadiums, of all the basketball arenas, the hockey venues, like all soccer stadiums, all of this stuff, does Coors Field affect the outcome of the games? And does Coors Field affect the quality of the product on the field night after night more than any other place in sports?
I can't think of one.
I can't either.
Outside of cold weather on some East Coast teams, you just know it's coming and you can't get around it. But not the altitude. No,
that's like regional or seasonal. I mean, so Green Bay in September isn't as bad as Green Bay in November. But I want to throw in another one. It's also the Colorado team, the Nuggets. Okay, so when you go and play in the Nuggets Stadium, it's the ability to breathe, and it's much more aerobic to play basketball than it is to play baseball. So I think it affects the endurance of players playing against the Rockies or the Nuggets.
And it affects the flight of the ball.
Everything. It affects your psyche.
Yep.
That's, I think, the part of why the Rockies, like Denver and the aerobic capacity to carry oxygen and all that stuff, that's interesting. And maybe the same thing would be true of the Avalanche. I don't know. No reason it wouldn't be true.
The cardio is a definite factor.
Absolutely. But the game is still the game. Like the puck doesn't go faster. The jump shot doesn't fly further. It's not like at sea level you're shooting.
I heard something about the bounce in Denver.
Yeah.
I think that George told me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The baseball of it all, though, the ball travels dramatically further. The ball curves dramatically less.
Yes.
You know, it's like if Clayton Kershaw is pitching today is a perfect example. Clayton Kershaw's best pitch is that big-ass curveball he throws. He's throwing it for $1 million. He's going to get 3,000 strikeouts throwing that thing. You ain't getting 3,000 strikeouts throwing that thing in Colorado.
It's going to affect how you do it.
Flattens it out. It's just not going to be as effective. And
Hell of a home field.
You got to but it's detrimental. Like like the Nuggets and the Avs theoretically would have an advantage because they're more accustomed to it.
It's detrimental if you're not
Their
used
lungs
to it.
adjust.
But if you're up there and you're adjusted to it, you have the advantage.
Not in baseball.
Well, I mean, if you know it's what's about to happen, or this is a freaky thing,
it's a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, but you'd have at least a little more of an advantage of the team coming in.
No,
at least you're kind of used to it.
It's
not at all.
No, I have to pitch 80 games in this nightmare.
Yeah,
the Dodgers have to play 6. I got to play 80 here.
That's a good point.
I got to play 80 games in this thing where the ball doesn't curve. How am I supposed to get somebody out? They're dying to go
throwing
on the road.
Straight crap.
Yeah.
Can I offer one more venue?
That's a good point.
Because it's also a venue that has been marred in unsuccess and failure, I would say is a better way than saying unsuccess, is Chicago. Because no quarterback Bears. Yeah. No quarterback has succeeded
Keep telling you, it's a meat grinder there, man.
And it's because of the weather in Chicago, the wind in Chicago, and that doesn't allow quarterbacks to succeed.
It is windy, but we've had good quarterbacks in Buffalo. We've had good quarterbacks in Green Bay. It's cold and windy in Buffalo.
True. Maybe Jim Kelly could have broken the curse.
Josh Allen seems to be doing okay in the cold and the wind.
There's something about the cold and that wind, and it whips in there, and it just does not. It just does not benefit quarterback play.
Is it that different than Buffalo or Cleveland or
Buffalo's cold?
Yeah,
but Chicago has the hawk.
Yeah,
it's weird. Yeah, it's different. It's weird. I don't know. I wouldn't want to pitch or play quarterback there.
Well, what's his face? Caleb Williams apparently didn't want to play quarterback there, even though he said it. That's
now,
not
if he
true.
said the F word when they drafted him, I would have understood.
He tried to see if he could get out of it.
Yeah.
If you believe that story,
you're going to have to be a quarterback that functions well with gloves on.
At some point, it becomes true that you could say, "Oh, it's the coach hasn't been good." Okay, hey, we haven't drafted the right guy. Okay, the Bears have been around forever.
I always said if Chicago wants to be a power and they're good, they're football crazy.
Yeah,
build them a domed stadium.
Yeah,
but then that takes away from being Chicago.
But it also might be the reason they go be a much better team.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it's
why
Chicago.
The Bills will never do a dome. They might put like covers over the fans, but they're never going to build a dome in Buffalo.
I think you're both right, but let me be devil's advocate here for a second. That will go away once you start winning.
What?
We play football outside. We're from the Midwest, and we're from Buffalo. Like,
I'm so over that.
Yeah, cool. We're also going to the playoffs every year. Our quarterbacks throw it for 50 touchdowns and fewer interceptions. Like the hearty salt of the earth, this is how we do it thing. That'll go away real fast when you start to win.
This is where I get off one stop short of being a football purist. If I can eliminate snow from games, I would completely forever.
Well, you had the misfortune slide. You had to play in them.
I don't think it's a rite of passage. Like, you shouldn't have to play outdoors to be considered good or tough.
See, in soccer, I can think about Azteca Stadium.
Altitude?
It's because it's 2,000 feet, I think, higher than Denver is. And I remember the Rams going to Colorado to kind of train for that before the Mexico game happened. But obviously Shakira performed, and it didn't go through.
I think this is why the answer to the question is Colorado. Because in Stadium Azteca, in where the Nuggets play, in where the Avs, or even in Green Bay, where you can get acclimated to the cold, it becomes an advantage. Being in Coors Field as the home team is a disadvantage. That's why it's the worst one. It's actually, you want to go on the road, but the ball curves again. Right? The ball that's hit in the outfield will get caught because the outfield's 15% smaller. There's less ground to cover. It's just like, get me that. It's not. They've been around, by the way. How about this for a weird thing? Coors Field's the third oldest ballpark in the National League.
Really?
Is it really?
Wrigley Field, Dodger Stadium, Coors Field. How weird is that?
Wow.
In the 90s?
Yeah. Everything else is swapped out. Think about this, though. The Rockies have never developed a good pitcher. In 35 years, they haven't had one pitcher that you're like, that guy's awesome. None?
I thought they had one.
I mean, Chicago Bears quarterbacks.
There's some guys that have been okay, but none?
I thought there was one guy.
Not really. They'll have guys that a season here or there, but nobody that's a guy.
I may be conflating Larry Walker.
And Larry Walker can. By the way, if I'm hitting,
everybody's Larry Walker. Everybody up there is Larry Walker.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's a trip. Yamamoto was terrific last night.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
That's maybe he could pitch there. Just saying with that stuff.
I don't need to repeat myself of everything we just said again. But, no, he couldn't because nobody has. Roger Clemens wouldn't pitch there. Bob Gibson wouldn't have success.
Roger Clemens would be Roger Clemens anywhere, especially Uber Clemens. He can throw through the wall.
Why?
Because he's Uber Clemens. He's the Rocket.
So they haven't drafted one good pitcher in 30 years. The other 29 have had a bunch of them.
Nolan Ryan would pitch there.
Stop,
Come
man.
on. Straight stuff. Straight heat. Come on. No? It's not the moon, man. It's just,
it kind of is.
It's not that bad. Come on. Wow.
The greatest pitcher in Rockies history is?
I couldn't tell you.
Think about the Dodgers right now. And
who is the greatest pitcher in Rockies history?
Mike Hampton, maybe?
Is it really? Let's see.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a great question. Greatest pitcher,
Billy
Rockies.
Swift. I mean,
I swear they had a guy. That's Ubaldo Jimenez, De La Rosa,
Ubaldo Jimenez made a couple All-Star games. He was okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's their high water mark.
Ubaldo Jimenez is, and you can't tell me that every guy they drafted stinks. That's not the math.
Brian Fuentes, Steve Reed, franchise leader.
No.
Yeah, he threw the only no-hitter in Rockies history.
Okay.
I wonder if it was there.
Was it on the road? Yeah. I'm going to have to fact-check that one. That feels like it
had
could
multiple
be.
seasons of excellent performance, including a dominant 2010 where he went 19-8 with a 2.88. You can pitch there.
It's a good season.
214 strikeouts.
It's a good season.
Yeah.
One
Ubaldo. Ubaldo. Is it Ubaldo?
Ubaldo
Jimenez. Yeah. There you go. There's one. See? It can be done.
You didn't even know his name.
Roger Clemens. If he can do it, Roger Clemens can do it. Come on.
He didn't do it. He had one good season.
Come on.
The Big Dumper coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, if you ever had to deal with chafing, I get it. Come on, man. Let's just get real. If you're riding motorcycles, walking, riding, or trying to get in shape, you know what I'm talking about. Chafing is the real deal. Look, I don't have to give you a lesson on how to prevent it. Let me just tell you what to do about it right now. Go get you some Highlands Chafing Relief. Keep it close. Keep it on you at all times. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. If you're already dealing with chafing, come on, just say it loud and proud and don't be shy. Trust me, Highlands Chafing Relief works, and it works fast. Gets you back to feeling good in no time. Running, riding, hiking, just trying to survive the LA heat. Highlands has your back and your thighs and your arms. You guys get what I mean. Chafing shouldn't stop you from doing what you love. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference. Available today at Walmart and Target.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
The biggest show on the radio.
First of all, the buses did not have the money that Mark Walter has. Mark Walter is jumping about 10 levels.
He's worth $6 billion.
Yeah, the buses' money was all tied up within the Lakers. This influx of capital, we're not talking about players. Players do operate under a salary cap.
Yep.
We're talking about everything else. The rest of the league is reacting to this news.
They should be terrified.
They are.
Yeah.
Because now they realize the Lakers are a have when they've been a have-not.
Yep.
It's money to upgrade your facilities and your broadcast deals and your scouting department. Instead of having Rob run the whole department, the whole front office by himself, I would imagine eventually we're going to have like the Council of Elders.
Smartest guys in the room.
That the Dodgers have.
Mason and Ireland, coming up next at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans and is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Get ready to beat the summer heat with Next Gen. For a limited time, enjoy a free whole home air cleaner with any new AC installation. Call 833-3NEXTGEN. That's 833-3NEXGEN to book your appointment. CSLB number 1011173. Next Gen, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN. 4th of July savings start now at Cardinale Way Hyundai. Lease a brand new Hyundai Elantra SCL Sport for just $219 a month for 36 months with only $34.99 due at signing. Drive with confidence backed by America's best warranty, 10 years or 100,000 miles, and Hyundai's exclusive owner assurance program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or schedule your test drive now at CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com.
And SU94 4151, $34.99 due at signing plus tax. License $85 doc fee and registration. No security deposit. 10,000 miles per year. Offer expires 7/7/2025.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Big dumper. Big dumper coming up.
Did the big dumper hit another home run yesterday? Did we look, or is he still at 32?
I haven't seen yet. I don't know if he even played yesterday.
I don't either. All right, I want to start with this. We're going to start with the birthday here. I want to start wishing Michael Vick a happy 45th birthday today. You and I were talking a little bit during the break. Mm-hmm. You missed Michael Vick just barely, right?
Mm-hmm. By
a
few years.
Never played against him.
Thank God.
I'm not sure. Lamar might be the answer.
Closest thing, yeah.
I've never seen someone play that position that athletically, where the speed was blinding. He had moves.
He's the fastest guy in the field.
Yeah. He's also bigger than Lamar. Lamar's a little skinny.
And he's left-handed.
It felt like he could throw a football 100 yards.
Everything is backwards. It's just, good God almighty. I'm glad I never faced him.
Who was the fastest quarterback you played against? Steve Young?
Flat out
just
speed?
Just end-to-end speed, where I'm not catching that guy. He's running away from me.
It seemed like Steve Young, he was the quickest. Maybe he just outthought us. The fastest guy, when he took off, was like, damn, was McNair.
McNair?
Yeah,
oh, God, he was huge, too.
He could really freaking scoot. But
yeah.
But I'm glad I missed Michael Vick. That
is
whole
the
show.
Only thing that's come close, Lamar Jackson, as far as just pure speed at that position.
Yeah, I think Michael Vick may actually be a little quicker.
Okay.
Yeah, and might be faster top-end speed. Like, it was ridiculous how fast he was, and then he could throw it.
Did he have wide receiver speed?
Beyond.
Really?
He was the fastest guy on the field. Usually there's a receiver that's buried.
Yeah.
Like Tutu can run.
Right.
He may not be in your starting
Is
lineup.
he as fast like that?
He's the fastest guy on the field, both sides, and he's the quarterback, and he's left-handed.
That's
if
terrific.
I could remove any story and, alternate universe to see what he would have been without all that. Oh, my God.
He would have a statue in Virginia Tech for sure.
Well, yes. But obviously the dogfighting stuff took his career in a totally different direction. But if we're doing alternate universe, let's pretend that's never a part of his story, that he just was in the wrong era. If he came up now,
you couldn't pay him.
It's because before it was you got to stay in the pocket, you got to do this, and then in last resort, if
you could kind of hit them back then.
Yeah.
Now with that, forget it.
If
you should make him dribble when he runs
with the 7-on-7 mentality. With the you can't hit him mentality, with the we're gonna design an offense to feature your running.
Forget it.
Holy smoke.
Yep.
I mean, it's Lamar. Lamar's won the MVP twice, right?
Yes, 2-time MVP.
Michael Vick's doing that and then some.
The Rams D-line coach. This is the guy that took over for the guy that when we all left, we all got fired. I remember going back to watch them play the Falcons in the playoffs, and all he was doing was screaming, I guess he's Harry Blanken Houdini, huh? I guess he's Harry Blanken Houdini, because they couldn't keep him in the pocket.
How are you supposed to?
You can't.
That's what I'm saying.
There's nothing you can do.
What are you supposed to do? Speaking of statues, you mentioned that Vick would probably have had one at Virginia Tech. Yes, but, no. Barry Bonds is going to get a statue coming to the ballpark in San Francisco. He would be the 6th statue erected at Oracle Park. He would join Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, Juan Marichal, Gaylord Perry, and Orlando Cepeda. They all have statues around San Francisco's home stadium. And
Be honest, what's the first thing you're going to look at?
With Barry?
Yep.
Like with the statue?
Mm-hmm. First thing you're going to look for.
His head?
That's right.
Yeah.
How big is that head?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, look, we know the story.
I know.
And I'm okay with it.
I hope they do Pirates era.
The Skinny Barry?
Barry head, yes.
Skinny Barry?
Yes.
Like,
not Big Barry.
Barry wasn't the only one. Barry was good before.
Yeah.
Barry is the greatest hitter I've ever seen.
Ever. Barry was the most fun baseball player to watch, period.
He might be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he should have a statue.
Yes.
I get it. There's some baggage there, but it's Barry Bonds, man.
Besides the gas, how can a guy be that good?
I don't know.
How can a guy be that good hitting a baseball?
He was, I think it might have been All the Smoke, the podcast he was on.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, they were saying, hey, dude, guys are throwing 103 now. He's like, yeah.
Right.
Like, what's your point? And they're like, you could hit that? He goes, I could hit it now.
Right.
And, usually you hear stuff like that, you kind of roll your eyes. Like, dude, here's another old man. And I'm like, I think he might have been able to hit it now. Because the way he described it, he's like, all I have to do, like, and he said it to Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. He's like, let me ask you a question. You think if they threw a 102-mile-an-hour pitch at me, I could catch it? And they're like, yeah. He goes, that's all I'm doing when I'm hitting. I'm just catching it with my bat.
Which one seems more devastating? Barry getting the hold of one or Shohei?
Barry.
Yeah, it just looked more violent. It just, he annihilated the ball.
Here's the other thing. Here's the difference between those guys, and the biggest difference. Barry didn't strike out a lot.
True.
Shohei strikes out a ton.
Yeah. I don't remember Barry getting fooled a lot.
He didn't.
Yeah, okay.
He didn't.
Yeah.
Like that like Shohei Ohtani is
having
dangerous.
Right, yeah.
Shohei Ohtani is going to hit 1 million home runs. He's a terrific, awesome, dynamic offensive player. You can strike Shohei Ohtani out. He strikes out a lot. Barry rarely struck out.
Give me your 1, 2, 3 if you got Griffey, Bonds, and Shohei. Shohei's going to lead.
To just hit?
Yeah, just 1, 2, and 3. Which one's your one? Shohei?
Am I doing a batting order or am I doing best?
Batting order. For optimum maximization of these, you got Barry, Griffey, and Shohei.
On the same team?
On the same team.
Shohei, because he's the best runner of the group.
Lead, okay.
Griffey.
That's okay.
Bonds.
And
by the way, if you want to mix it up in any of the other order, that's fine too.
My God.
If you're talking the best hitters I've seen,
yes.
Bonds, Ohtani, Griffey and Ohtani are really close.
Right there? Okay.
Really
now
close.
put them in Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh God. Right. Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay.
Wow.
You know what we should do? Like, the Rockies should, as a goof, as a bit, just come up with as much money as they possibly can and go get a guy. You're not going to get Shohei, but who is the guy, like who's the Aaron Judge when he comes up next? The Yankees are paying Aaron Judge whatever it is, $40 million a year.
Get the freak show.
We're going to give you 70, okay? And we're not going to win a single game, but we're going to try to see if you can hit 100 home runs in a season. You get to play 80 games in this ridiculous contraption of a ballpark.
You know what?
Let's see what happens.
They lead the league in attendance.
I'd go watch it.
Of course I would. Yes,
remember when they did the home run derby when they had All-Star game in Colorado? That was amazing.
Yeah.
Send it.
Speaking of attendance, they've been drawing about 10,000, 12,000 more a night over the last couple of nights because the Dodgers are in town. Like that top, that I think they call it the rock pile, the upper deck in center
field. Above the purple line in the stadium.
Yeah, full.
Hey.
Or near.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shohei effect.
Shohei will bring some people in.
No doubt.
The Bengals in Hamilton County have agreed on a new deal to modernize Paycor Stadium, keep the Bengals in Cincy through 2036.
In downtown Cincy. They're not going to move from out of Cincinnati. But
they almost got away.
Yeah. They're probably trying.
Like those dudes that broke out of jail. They almost got away.
Yeah. All the stories I've heard you tell and everybody else that's played in the league about the level of cheapness around the Bengals is extraordinary.
I want to see them win one there. That would be awesome.
They got a good quarterback.
They do. They've always had good quarterbacks.
They've gotten close a few times. They've been to the Super Bowl 3 times and lost all 3.
Yes.
So they lost to the Rams, the Niners, and the Niners.
Boomer, Jim Anderson, and then Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was their guys. They've always had good quarterbacks.
Happy birthday to Nick Offerman, who turns 55 years old today. He, of course, is Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec.
Oh, okay.
That's his most famous role. Yes, Em?
Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Saying but he's also, he has an interesting spot right now where he plays a lot of unseemly characters because they know that he's actually a good guy. Like he will play people you wouldn't want to spend time with.
That guy.
But Nick Offerman is cast because he's a fun guy.
He's
he
the
also
narrator
the voice
in Life of Chuck.
Life of Chuck.
Isn't he supposed to be funny?
He's very funny.
He is really funny.
He's funny, and he's also married to Megan Mullally.
He was
also funny.
The founder. He played one of the McDonald's brothers.
He did.
And he was dead serious.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love him. Yeah.
If you have a guy with a deep, gravelly voice, like odds are it's probably Nick Offerman's going to play the role. If you're looking for like a lumberjack type, go to Nick Offerman.
He's the guy. A couple of Hall of Famers celebrating birthdays today. Derek Jeter turns 51 years old today.
Okay, was it you? No, it was Marcus Grant.
I agreed with Marcus, though. I know what you're saying. Mostly.
How dare you?
You know who? You know
captain.
who? If you flip flop, you know who basically had the same career?
Who?
Him and Craig Biggio. Both really good players.
Biggio.
Both really good players.
Okay.
But because Jeter's on the Yankees and Biggio was on the Astros, it's
Would you
different.
dare say he's overrated?
A little bit.
Would you dare say it?
I just did.
No, you didn't. You agreed with me. Would you dare say
Yes,
it?
Derek Jeter is mildly overrated.
How dare you?
What if he played for the Rockies?
He'd be King Kong. Shannon Sharp, 57 years
Way
old
to go.
today.
Wow. Which one has been better, his on-field or now? Because he's been in the news every month for like the last 3 years.
Recently.
He's been, since he was going at it with Skip Bayless. Then you had the leaked phone stuff.
Yeah.
Then you had the interview with Kat. Then you keep getting interviews. It seems like his post-career.
He's made a very nice corner.
Yes.
He's carved out a nice little corner for himself, for sure.
Probably not at ESPN.
Is he on the short list of greatest tight ends of all time?
Oh, yeah.
I think so, too.
He was one of the first matchup nightmares.
Yeah.
Like where the tight end became an athletic spot. I mean, Kellen Winslow?
Okay.
Yeah, that sort of mold where that guy can hurt you.
I'm going to throw some names at you.
Okay.
Is Shannon Sharp better than Rob Gronkowski?
Okay, Gronk's top of the heap for me.
Okay.
Because he could block, but it's close.
Travis Kelce.
Okay, I may go Shannon.
Okay.
But Travis Kelce is probably the best receiving, route-running tight end, and he's got the spice, too.
Tony Gonzalez.
It also hurts he's got Mahomes.
Yeah.
But close. But I might take Kelce in the modern era.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Tony Gonzalez.
See, now I think he doesn't get enough props.
Yeah.
Because I actually played against him.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do to get away from him. So Shannon or him, I don't mind picking second.
Yeah. That's a good list to be on.
Yeah.
Antonio Gates.
Same. Another one. Another receiving tight end problem. If I had Antonio instead of Shannon or Shannon instead of Antonio, I wouldn't be upset.
Ariana Grande, 32 today. Aubrey Plaza, 41 today. And Sean Hayes, part of the Smart List trio, 55 today.
By the way, Ariana and Aubrey just announced that they are now members of the Academy. The Academy listed out their new members that can vote for the awards, and both Aubrey and Ariana are on the list.
Oh, wait. The movie thing. Has the New York guy that was releasing the 100 greatest movies, did he release another list yet?
Let me double check.
I'm
if he
dying
did
to
it
know
today.
who's number one.
No, it's not number one yet. We haven't gotten to number one. I believe we're just through.
I want to know what
the
his
top
number.
60.
His number one movie of all time.
This
Don't worry, I'll tell you.
Probably won't be it, but this is a movie that I've watched multiple times, enjoyed it, and it's one of the great war movies. Full Metal Jacket, released today in 1987.
Love Full Metal Jacket.
You like the boot camp part or the war part?
Both.
Yeah.
I like the whole movie. And
Yeah.
you know that whole movie was filmed in like England?
Was it?
The entire movie.
Yeah.
Everything you thought that was Vietnam was actually England.
Momo and Ireland coming up next. Little Super Crosstalk, 710 ESPN.
It's a Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen all day for the cue to call, and you can win a pair of tickets to see Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez at the Honda Center on Saturday, June 28th. Just be caller number 7 when you hear that cue to call at 877-710-ESPN. Listen all day for your chance to win or get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. A Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, lease a Hyundai Tucson for only $259 a month. Or get 2.99% APR. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end July 7th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Pick me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Waba Grill, keeping it real every day for you.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code RADIO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Whoa.
Ireland is here. Momo is here.
I have a question about white people tacos.
Go. You got 3 white people in the room.
Okay. Describe the white people tacos again.
Crunchy shell, taco, ground beef with Lowry's or McCormick seasoning.
Okay, not that.
Shredded lettuce, cheddar cheese, sour cream, and bottled taco sauce.
Okay, not Lowry's.
Is that a good
How about
description?
can we have some tomatoes on that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Diced tomatoes.
Diced tomatoes.
Okay, my own seasoning. I'm mixing my own stuff.
Okay.
And not crunchy tacos. I'm actually making them in the pan.
Oh, yeah, we fold it over.
Yes.
Like the tortilla?
I'm doing some work.
Yeah, okay.
Does that still qualify?
No, that you've taken that to the next step.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So when I got to KCAL,
yes,
my first year was 1995, and they would assign a reporter out to me, and the girls that worked the assignment desk would go, "Do you like tacos?" I'm like, "Yeah, who doesn't?" He goes, "These guys know where all the secrets taco stands are, all in Los Angeles. Tell them to take you a place." And now the person I go to for that is Beto.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Beto knows like where all the hole-in-the-wall taco joints are. Is Jorge like that too?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I
pretty
had Peking duck tacos for graduation.
I
You
think
ever
that
had
would
duck
qualify
tacos?
as white people tacos.
It was good. It was up in Oregon.
The only time I've had
it was good.
But that's what we like is like some kind of fusiony thing
It
that's
was
not,
good. Never thought I'd have duck in a taco, but I did. It was good.
Sounds delicious.
True story. The program director here used to be a guy named Mike Thompson. Not to be confused with Michael Thompson. Hey, buddy! And so he's married to a Chinese woman.
Mm-hmm.
So when we first got the Laker contract, like the very first year, Lakers opened the preseason in China. We had a game in Beijing and a game in Shanghai. And Mike said, "Well, I'm gonna go on that trip. I'll produce the games for you guys because my wife, I can go home. We can see my wife's family." I'm like, "Great."
Yeah.
So the first night there, he calls Michael and I, and he says, hey, I'm going to take you guys out for Peking duck. And I go, great. And I grab one of the guys from Spectrum, and we're supposed to meet in the lobby. And I say to Mike Thompson, I go, are we waiting for Michael? He goes, no, he can't go. He's going out with having dinner with his brother. I go, okay. So he takes us to this Chinese place that specializes in Peking duck. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like one of the great meals of my life.
It really is, yeah.
And so I get back to the hotel. And my room is right next to Michael's room. So I knock on the door. And I go, hey, you missed it, man. You should have come to this Peking duck. It was insane. And Michael kind of sheepishly looks at me, and he goes, yeah, I wish I would have gone. I go, where'd you go? He goes, I'm not telling you. And I go, why? He goes, because it's embarrassing.
I think I know.
And I go, why is it embarrassing? He goes, I let my brother pick. His brother Andy works for the NBA.
Yeah.
I go, so where did you go? And normally Michael has no pretense about anything. And he goes, TGI Fridays.
Oh my God.
He went to Shanghai and went to TGI Fridays.
I thought it was going to be something
I
like...
thought it was going to be Kentucky Fried Chicken.
You know what I thought it was going to be?
What?
P.F. Chang's.
I
thought he was going to go American Chinese food in China.
No, you got potato skins and
That's
TGI
so bad.
Fridays.
Would you have been able to bring your nut milk to China, Momo?
Milk.
Can I bring that?
I
yeah.
don't know. You told me you were on a nut milk heater this
I've
weekend.
made so much nut milk this week.
It's back in season, so to speak.
Trying to keep it together.
Like, I got home on Monday night, and I had one of those hellacious travel days where your flight gets canceled, and you got to adjust and pivot, and you're like, I just want to get home. And Nevin's joining me on my, like, post-season cleanse diet, where I'm eating all healthy and, like, nothing processed, so I got to make the nut milk again. So he goes, can you make some more of that? I went through all the stuff you already made. So, like, literally the last thing I did before going to bed after this horrible travel day is make, like, a gallon of nut milk.
How long does that take?
If you soak the nuts for 8 to 12 hours, so he had them soaking all
It's
day.
a long time to soak your nuts.
It is.
Travis Rogers.
And they get all swollen.
That's what you leave them in water.
They do.
Long.
That's what happens. The almonds get swollen,
Wow.
and then you just pop in like a cup of them and a cup of water, and you
Into
blend
the
it all
blender?
in. Yeah, and you got your nut milk bag, and then you just wring it out.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like an insult.
I was going to say, there has to be some straining involved.
Yeah,
with
there's
this
a
at some
straining.
point.
There's a nut milk
Oh
bag.
my God!
Like a cheesecloth.
It's exactly what it's like. It's a cheesecloth, and you just wring it all out and get all the nut milk out of there. I know.
I have a question for the NBA
DeMarco
folk.
is getting really uncomfortable.
You said blender grinder just got me.
Yeah.
Did the draft play out like you guys thought it would?
Sort of, except for like a couple of random picks.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed there weren't more trades. I thought there were going to be a lot more trades, and maybe there will be today. Lakers just made one; they're jumping up 10 picks.
Yeah.
Why would you do that in the second
There's
round?
probably someone you like.
Or a group of people that you like that you're convinced you won't get.
I'm
if you
convinced they
wait
like
till
the Stanford
55.
Center. I'm convinced they like that Stanford Center, who was
Big.
maybe going to be a first round pick, and he's kind of fallen into the second.
Yeah, but they would have to get up higher in 45
Maybe.
to get him, though.
Maybe we'll see. There was a lot of. I was surprised by how many centers were taken.
Yeah,
Remember last
not in
year?
Brooklyn.
Phoenix took
Oh
two.
my
of
God!
them.
What do you guys make of that? That Brooklyn took 4 guards.
Well,
And all of them are Jewish. They're all part of the drive.
They're all in your
I love
on
it.
your team.
They're on my
Ramona's
team.
right.
Yeah.
Wow.
The easiest position now to play off the floor is the center. A lot of
Yeah.
centers aren't even like Rudy Gobert
Yeah.
wasn't even out there in
Yeah.
the fourth quarter a lot. So like I don't understand I don't understand what Phoenix is doing.
No idea.
And I don't understand what New Orleans is doing.
So
Yeah, the McCollum trade was weird.
Well, and also
Yeah, that was weird.
They gave up a next year's
Unprotected.
unprotected number
That
one.
could be a lottery pick. That could be
Right.
a high
Probably
lottery
will be.
pick.
Probably will
Yeah.
be in the West.
Yeah.
And I don't get it.
I mean, they know they like Derek Queen, but is that really the best?
And Derek Queen's okay.
I like him.
But not to give up an unprotected number one. That could be a top 5 pick next
They
year.
really could.
Right. That's the part that didn't make sense. It's not just that what they got coming back is that pick is it could be the number 1 pick
I know.
conceivably. I mean, it's not totally out of the realm of possibility. That seemed crazy to me.
Yeah, I thought it was. I was watching the ABC broadcast with which broadcast did you guys watch, by the way, of the draft?
Who messed up the hats?
Oh, everybody messed up the hats.
messed up the
I was
hats.
watching ESPN.
Did you watch Malika? Did you watch
Malika?
Okay, so at my mom's house, randomly, she has ESPN2, but not ESPN, which is super random. But I don't know why she does
How is that even possible?
She just picked her channels wrong once, and then she can watch NBA Today, but it's always on like an hour later on ESPN2 or whatever. So I was over at my mom's house. She didn't have ESPN. She had the 2 broadcasts. So I was like, well, I'll watch ABC. You know, it's fine. I would have preferred the ESPN.
Same
one.
info, yeah.
And when they made that trade, like you should have just seen Bob Myers' face. Bob Myers was on the ABC.
What we thought.
He was like, "What?"
Yeah,
really? Wow.
Like you could tell, like Bob has a lot of respect for other GMs because he knows how hard that job is.
Sure.
You know, but Bob Myers and Stephen A. were just an incredible combination because Stephen A. was just doing Stephen A. things, and Bob Myers at one point, like Stephen A. did some rant about, I know what the Sixers shouldn't do, and he did some rant about Ace Bailey. And then all of a sudden the pick comes in, and Bob Myers turns to him and he goes, so you think they were going to pick Bailey, and now they just heard you, and they're going to go in a different direction?
Wow. Wow.
It's so funny. I mean, it was kind of like people, and I'll tell you the background for everyone. Everyone covering the draft is exhausted.
I bet.
We all just finished Game 7 of the finals.
Yeah.
All of those people flew from Oklahoma City to New York. They had no turnaround, and so these are all people who've been together doing shows for way too long.
Just real quick before DeMarco and I hop out of here, you mentioned Bob Myers, both of you guys. Just yes or no. Bob Myers is no longer on TV. He's working for a team next year.
Yes.
No.
Why no?
He's already working for the Commanders. He has a great gig. He's kind of like Josh Harris's consigliere. He's like his guy that he trusts, for advice on all things. Mm-hmm. And he makes plenty of money doing that. TV is way easier and way less pressure than a job like that. He has young kids. He lives in Los Angeles. I know him very well. He is not going to take a job that doesn't allow him to live in Los Angeles.
Why, yes?
We were in the same fraternity at UCLA. I've had long conversations with him about this. I think he is so talented, he's going to get an offer he can't refuse.
Godfather.
He's got a lot of those.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean,
I thought the Commanders thing was great, and like he's basically able to do all that and still live in LA. And like I see him on the road, John. He flies. He's like one of those guys. He'll fly day of game, and then he's on the flight out that night, and he's back to his family in LA.
And he flies Southwest. I mean, but
I don't know about that. Does he?
I was on a Southwest flight with him.
Really?
6 months ago.
There you
wow.
go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Seats fit.
But
they do.
I will say this. I don't think Ramon is wrong about the LA thing. I think that's important to him. Keep an eye on this. Ramon and I both know Daryl Morey.
Yeah.
Daryl is a really smart guy, but he takes really big swings. If they have another year like they had last year, where nothing hits, I think Daryl walks away. They hire Bob and let him live in LA.
I can see that.
And basically have him run the Sixers from wherever he is.
Interesting.
And I think they give him so much money that he can't say no. Because Josh Harris owns them, too.
Yeah, but I don't even think he would run them in the way that you normally would run a team. They would just hire somebody underneath him to do all the grunt work.
Or like what the Dodgers do. Andrew Friedman is not the GM.
Right.
He's the
president
of
He's
baseball.
That's the dream, by the way. Have a title where you are just in charge and you get everyone to do all your grunt work for you.
When
and then
it comes time to make a decision, you get to make the decision.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's the dream.
I make the big calls.
It's the Pat Riley job.
Yeah.
It's the best
Pat's
job.